I had to drive a
Yeah, I've got it muted right now, Nightwing. You got all the Bane weapons? Fuck yeah, dude. That's awesome. Yo, good job, Nightwing. That's awesome, dude. Yeah. Yeah. Right. Yup. Yup. Yeah, they just play. They play a lot of zero. We play zero build on Sundays, and then they'll. Yeah. Excuse me. Yeah. I suck with snipers. Yeah. My thing is I hate Ninja. I can't stand him. And I didn't even know who he was until Fortnite. I think he just complains way too much, especially like he's been like people's been clipping his streams like with his brother, and like he treats his brother like complete shit. Like, and he's such a backseat gamer, and it drives me crazy. It's his competitive. It's just because he's competitive. Yeah, but that the COD guy. Yeah, yeah,
Took out like 16 people back to back in Tilted Towers when revolvers were a thing, and he was just one shot headshotting everyone because he was
yeah,
so good at his aiming. Like that was what people were like, damn, this guy's awesome. Let me watch him. But then he went from being funny, like, hey, what'd you say to me, you little shit,
yeah.
to like how you said, you know what I mean? Now he's starting to get a little bit toxic and stuff, and
Well,
it's
it's
not
like
as much funny.
I don't know if you've seen the clip from him playing Call of Duty with what's his name?
I think I've seen clips of him like, and that's what's funny too, because it reinforces your statement. Not even on Call of Duty, on Fortnite, just treating
Yeah,
his friend or whoever like shit, like telling him like, "Pick me the fuck up, or we're gonna lose," or like, like
yeah,
I don't care if you die, like go get my card type shit. Like,
yeah. Well, he was playing Call of Duty. It was him, Tim the Tap Man, and then it's the leader of 100 Thieves. He's like he's
oh,
like back to back COD champion. Uh,
Scumpy,
no,
Nade
he's
shot.
like Nade Shot, and like they were in like maybe almost final circle, and Nade Shot had like he was sandwiched between two teams, and Ninja was just like, "Get in the fucking car, get in the fucking car, go get in the fucking car, go buy us back, go buy us back." And Nade Shot was like, "Shut the fuck up, Tyler, shut up."
Yeah, let me play the game, man.
And so he left like after they lost the game, and he left the Discord and he talked to his chat. He's like, "Look, he's like, I don't. He's like, I've been playing Call of Duty before Tyler ever played Call of Duty, and he's like, he's trying to backseat a back-to-back COD champion. He's like, I don't like that."
I mean, it's definitely one thing if you're trying to give like the friendly kind of like side to it and like
Right,
it's not like a demanding thing, but when you're literally like how he's basically doing demanding and like acting like you're the better player, like he said, dude, he's literally got a fucking resume built up. He's a back-to-back two-time fucking champion for Call of Duty. While what do you have for Call of Duty under your belt?
right.
Nothing.
And then like
So
he'll I seen the clips about him making fun of Courage JD and
have you
the
seen the
other.
one clip where he was like quote unquote he said he was still appreciative, but he basically said that he was mad because his viewer count dropped from like 300K to like 100K or something or like 80K
Well,
or
yeah,
something.
that's what happens when you take a fucking almost 2 year hiatus away from
Yeah,
streaming.
but then he's like, "Oh, I think I'm just gonna end my stream because we lost like 200,000 people." And like he's like, I mean, we still got like 100K in here, and I'm still
Yeah,
appreciative, but like, because all my numbers are dropping, I'm just gonna end stream.
yeah,
So that 100,000 people that still want to watch you and engage with you get fucked because the other 200K decided to
yep,
leave. You're not gonna stick with your dedicated fan base that's actually showing you
yep.
love and support.
And see,
But
that's
I
what
don't know,
that's
that's
what
what I mean, he
draws.
kinda, like, half-assed it to where I couldn't tell if he was, like how he was doing it because he covered it
Yeah,
up by saying, like, "Oh, well, I've been streaming for a while, I'm hungry, I wanna go get food and stuff," and,
right.
he just said a bunch of reasons why, like, those could have been valid excuses, but did he really do it because of that, or did he do it because his view count was dropping?
Exactly. So there's, to me, how I look at it, there's two different type of streamers and there's two different type of viewers. There's the streamer that is really good at the game and he is there to win every game that he can. And then the same with the viewers. There are viewers there to watch you win, to watch to see how good you are, to see what kind of plays you're going to play. And then you have the streamer like Tim the Tatman that's a good entertainer, and then he has his viewer base there because he's a good entertainer.
Yeah, that's what I always liked about Twitch and found it interesting though sometimes too, and like a little bit frustrating at times is just that like how you said, there can either be a streamer that's like even both, but like insanely good at the game, and that's why people watch
Yeah,
them, or they're just like personality wise. And then like I
yeah.
try to do both of those things and like stream games I'm
It's
good
it's
at
really
and
hard to
engage.
be it's really hard to be a good entertainer and plus play super good in competitive wise, like Call of Duty or
Yeah, because I've
Fortnite.
noticed a lot of the time, like when maybe if like a little bit more of those people from your chat that came over when I was doing that Poison Ivy mission, if they would have
Hmm.
tried talking to me during the mission, I probably would have had to like
Right.
pause during the mission to like make sure that I get to them or whatnot. And I know a lot of streamers don't want to like do that
Yep.
mid-game play every single time they go to answer something. But to me personally, I don't mind right now.
Yeah.
Might
I
get
mean, it's
annoying
the
later
same
in the
for
future.
it. The two streamers that have came out of nowhere, Jinxie and Sketch.
I mean, Jinxie's been streaming for forever with consistency though. Like if
Yeah,
you go look at his stream log, he's maybe missed like 7 days out of the year for like the past 3, 4 years or something crazy that he
yeah.
showed me. Like
He
he's
is,
been
but
insanely
he's also
consistent.
a good example of good at the game and a good entertainer. Because I was watching him and Sketch play Rainbow Six last night. I was fucking rolling the whole time. They're
Oh
so
yeah,
stupid.
I think some of his clips are funny, but I also like Jinxie because Jinxie does like clips and stuff of him like singing unreleased Juice World songs.
Yeah, yeah.
So that's another reason why he's got a spot for me.
My favorite clips from Sketch is when he gets out of his chair and acts like a dog and goes pees on the chair and then comes back.
Dude, one of my fucking funniest ones with Sketch was when you put him on a date with that like
Oh
model
yeah,
bitch
I've
or
seen that
whatever,
one. Yeah,
and he's like, "Come on, Jinxie, you can't fucking leave me with an audible right here." He's like, "You gotta come back and say something. Help me
yeah.
out here. I'm sweating."
And then have you seen interviews with them where they're talking like normal?
No, I haven't
Oh,
watched too much
it's
on him.
so weird. It's so
You gotta
weird.
send me some links or something, and I'll check them out and
You know,
whatnot.
Jinxie has his own charm in Rainbow Six.
Really? That's
Yeah,
awesome. I mean, he
yeah,
deserves it though, to be honest. Like with what he does for that community, in my opinion, he deserves it.
yeah. I tried to play Rainbow Six, but it was not for me.
It's one of those games that like you really gotta sweat to know the angles on. If you
Yeah,
don't know the angles and all the ins and outs of like
yep.
look through this crack here and then fucking wait till you see a speck of white come and then shoot and you'll kill him or like anything
And
like
like,
that, you're just gonna
yeah,
always get destroyed by those people because
and
there's so many different peaks you can learn on all the different maps. And then that's just peaks. We haven't even gone into like the whole operator system and
yeah.
like how the characters themselves work. That
Like the
game's a
way he
lot.
was playing last night, I was like, I never would think
Oh yeah,
to play
like
that
how
way.
Nade Shot's like a world champion in like Call of Duty, that's kind of like Jinxie in Rainbow Six. Like
Yeah.
Jinxie will literally fucking kill someone, stop, click on his Xbox thing, click on your fucking profile, send you a
I've
voice message, say, "Hey, you
seen
got
that.
shitted on," and then go back to playing the game and do it to the rest of the four people. Like he
Yeah,
is
I
so
seen one.
funny.
He like walked up behind him and killed him, and then sent him a message. Said, "Hey, buddy, you just got shitted on. You should come see my stream. Goodbye."
Oh,
Hold on,
dude, yeah.
you gotta do the rolls. You just got shitted on. He like does some type of roll
Yeah,
with his tongue.
yeah.
All right.
Uh,
Let's
I don't know
see.
how he does that, but he
I don't
does that a
either.
lot.
But yeah, he got to do an interview with Rainbow Six. He got to do
I think
some
one of
type
the
of beta
funniest
testing too.
Jinxie clips though is when he tried to play GTA RP and he's like, "Guys, how do I get in the car?" And they're like, he's like, "What button do I press? What button?" And they're all like, "Just get in the car." He's like, "What fucking button, you retards?" Like, 'cause he didn't know how to play GTA RP and they don't want to break the immersion and be like, "Just press V or press
Yeah.
whatever." Like, so yeah, they're just telling him, "Get in, just get in," and he's just screaming, "Dude, what button?"
And see, that's what's like taking over right now with like that's
Streaming
the
and
only
stuff.
reason why GTA is still up there is because everybody is doing role playing servers.
Honestly, it's a really cool thing that the community's made for the game
Yeah.
that like fucking the devs had no
Holy
intentions on
shit.
making that shit. So like the fact that the community took it upon themselves to create like a whole new game essentially upon their
Mhm.
game is awesome.
Yeah.
I
I can't
think
believe
that GTA 6 shouldn't just go straight RP, but it should definitely look into implementing some of those features and giving
oh
more
yeah.
people
Oh,
kind
they're
of like
going to.
that kind of that
They're
kind of
going
feel.
to. They're going to. It's
Because I
too
mean, you
popular
guys have
not to
been in
actually do it
develop.
themselves.
Yeah, because I was gonna say you guys have been in development for that game for like 10 plus years with like I know the whole time that we've been getting drip feeded content in GTA 5 that they've been focused on GTA 6 the entire
Yeah.
time. Like they ain't just been making it last year type shit. So I
But
mean,
this is crazy
definitely
right
with the
now.
development that they got going for it, and then with what's already out, you gotta try to improve and impress people with new things and whatnot,
Yeah.
and like all that kind of stuff. So they gotta definitely try to be intricate and add in some new core like mechanics and stuff that would not be necessarily too much of a change that would throw people off, but that would be a change that people like still.
Did Twitch change their TOS to bring gambling back? Because there's two casino channels in the browsing.
They probably did. You gotta think that dude that was working on Twitch veered off and made his own channel with Kick, and
Yeah, I
they
Aiden,
know.
consider
when you
that
guys say that, you talking about Aiden Ross?
Yeah.
no.
No, it's
Yeah.
there was others. Like Aiden, I don't think is the I think he's a founder of Kick, but I don't think he's the one who
Mhm.
created Kick.
Yeah, Aiden Ross is just one of the people that I hear about that or think about because he's like,
He's
if
an
you knew
asshole.
Aiden Ross, but if you knew Aiden Ross and you could talk to him or whatever, like that dude could easily get you so much money from Kick because of who
Yeah.
he is. Like he knows the owner that like he's basically really good friends with. So if he wanted to, he could just go to that friend and be like, "Hey, yo, give this
Yeah.
guy this cut instead. Make him make this much." Compared to the other streamers, he's not going to. Like, dude, if Aiden Ross would have gave me that deal he gave 6ix9ine, bro, I would have never took that for granted like 6ix9ine did. 6ix9ine, all
Yeah.
he had to do is, or that was Steve will do it actually. Sorry, Steve will do it. Literally told 6ix9ine, all you gotta do is stream video games like for maybe like an hour a day
Yep.
or whatever, like every month or whatever, and like you'll make like fucking $5 million or something like that.
Yep.
And he never even streamed once, I don't think.
Well, it's the same T-Pain's been streaming a lot and he's came out and bluntly said he's like I've made more money sitting here playing a video game or doing just chatting than I've ever made doing music.
I mean, look how much like T Grizzly made from making his RP server. Like
Yeah.
he made hella money from making
Uh
that GTA RP server.
Yeah.
Drake is also a founder of Kick.
Oh, nice. I
Yeah.
didn't even know that.
Yeah.
Yeah. He probably invested some money into it.
I will say Kick is not going to go down like all the other like
Mhm.
Mixer. It's Kick's going to be around for quite a while.
I don't even know what kind of title I should put for the podcast.
I put episode 1 podcast with at you and at Harley. That's what I did.
Okay.
Since we don't have a name for it.
Yeah, we still gotta come up with a name. Episode.
Yo, El Poppy, yeah, but Kick has too many streamers. That is true. Kick is more streamers than it is viewers right now. Yeah. Unless you already have the fan base and you already had like, you already had your consistent viewers on Twitch and you moved over to Kick, then that's a difference. But
We'll do this.
let's see. Nick Merckx was streaming.
Just a real quick question from me watching the Twitch person that I'm watching right now. You guys can't hear it through my thing, right?
No.
Okay, good. I just wanted to make sure it wasn't playing it through it.
So I would like to talk about for episode 1. I guess we're gonna just do Suicide Squad.
Yeah, we probably dabble in some other stuff too.
All right.
I think we're gonna get a lot of traction from this.
Y'all would think I'm a big Marvel fan more than DC, but I've actually been a DC fan longer than Marvel.
So how do you do like the @ sign? Doesn't it pop up on your title? You just gotta tag them.
Yep, you just @ and then their name.
Okay, gotcha.
So I didn't start collecting Marvel stuff until Spider-Gwen was announced. Like almost, you would think all my stuff's back here Spider-Man, but I would say about 70% of that is all Spider-Gwen. And I love Ben Reilly. I like his suit. Oh, always lagging's back on. I'll get him pulled up real quick as well.
Oh, nice. He's playing some Apex with his dad.
See, I used to play Apex a lot, and then it's just one of those games that just couldn't keep me going.
I don't know. I think what really drove it off from like Apex for me was like the whole like 19 different attachments, millions and stuff like that you got to find too. Whereas like if it was more like Fortnite and it's just find the gun, then I think it would have been better because like I gotta find the gun, I gotta find all these attachments, I gotta find the right armor piece, I gotta find the helmet or whatever, like I gotta find the right backpack. Like there's so much shit that you gotta find, which I know some people like that stuff, but me personally, that's I think what drove it away for me. I could never get into like memorizing all the attachments and stuff. I was always just getting so frustrated and whatnot, so I just gave up on it. So I think a lot of people liked Fortnite or so more than Apex and whatnot.
We're doing the podcast now, El. If you wanna, we're in here talking. We just haven't started anything. We're still waiting for everybody to get everything working. I think I'm the only one that's live right now.
Yeah. That's live right now.
Which once we get everything ironed out, we'll just hit live and then just. I can get I'm not good with video editing, but I can like make like a startup screen for everything and then we could start getting clips and stuff.
Yeah. I'm gonna do mine in the Suicide Kill Justice League one.
Just be careful with that, because if you get traction and Twitch finds out that you're streaming in a different category, that is against TOS.
Yeah, I would think about changing it. I'm gonna probably change it.
That's why I like anybody that I know that streams and they're like they forget to change it, and I'm in their channel. I'm like, hey man, you need to change your game. He's like, well, I don't have any viewers. Yeah, I get it, but still, just to help
you out. If you got rated or something like that, and then like like you said, a Twitch moderator just happens to be looking around and clicks on your stuff and he sees, hey, this person's doing that, they're probably
Yep.
gonna get punished, like you said.
Yeah.
So best you can do is just give them advice. If they take it, they take it.
Same thing if you ever wanted to do a drinking stream. Technically, it's against TOS to put anything about, for 500 bits, I'll take a shot. That's against TOS. That's why if it happens, you just do it. Don't announce it. El
Yeah, but there's still
Poppy.
plenty of streamers. There's still plenty of streamers that do that though.
Oh yeah, I've done it like once, and I didn't get super drunk though. I did too.
Shoot.
I made a joke one time. When I was on my workers' comp leave. I was playing Call of Duty, like, and you could message in on like Warzone. You could do like the whole map chat or whatever. I'm like, anybody that comes in the chat, I'll take a hit, blah blah blah, or I'll take a dab, and like they would come in and be like, hey, I followed you, and then I would go, I dabbed. I'm like, gotcha.
That's how you do it.
Like I was getting people all the time. I was like, hey, doing a giveaway for a Nintendo DS with Mario.
That is so fucking funny. He's like, oh, I'll do a dab, and then you just hit him with that.
And then I met one guy, his name's Hutsy, and he's, of course, so with Twitch, you can smoke weed on stream as long as...
I seen this dude earlier smoking a blunt because like that's how he branded his channel. Like he's about like 420 friendly and shit like that.
So the thing is you're allowed to do that as long as your state is legal. So anywhere that is legal, you can do that.
Yeah, so you can't be
Thank God my state is
Kansas.
Yeah.
And I can't remember the other two states that it's not legal, but I know Kansas is the one.
And Kentucky, because we're a piece of shit. But I got him to come follow me because I was doing dad jokes inside the chat, and I was like, can anybody tell me why my computer's so cold? And they were like, maybe you have good cooling, or maybe I was like, no, I just left my windows open.
Oh, also, Tucker, if you ever need someone to look to raid and stuff, especially if you're looking for like another person that's doing Suicide Squad or something like that, one good streamer that I found too was I don't know if you know him, but Hoss_Vegas. That dude's pretty cool.
Okay.
He's got like this little radio voice thing he does and whatnot, and like he's got some pretty like nice quality to his stream where you can tell that he like.
I want to get the Stream Deck for sure, and then I want to upgrade my audio interface and stuff to the Beacon.
The Beacon one?
Beacon stuff is really good.
Yeah.
He's definitely a streamer that I've noticed too, that even if there will be like 20, 30, 40 people in there and like they're all talking or something like that, he does still try to make sure that he gets to everyone and talks to everyone. Like I've noticed other streamers, they might respond to you once, but then you type something and then someone else's message is like right underneath yours and they just skip yours and won't read yours anymore and will read like the stuff right underneath it and not talk to you anymore.
Yep.
Or they'll wait for an actual donation.
Yeah, there's people like that.
I seen what it was too, is people like to favor the subs and like, like all that kind of stuff more than just like a random person that's like popping in for a minute to say hey and like show that like I might start, like supporting you and stuff, and like they don't really like value you as much as the other person that's already spent money on them and like that's already been with them for a while. Which I kind of respect that a little bit, but at the same time, I mean, how are you gonna keep growing your channel if you only care about the people that already fuck with you and not the people that are gonna try to fuck with you?
Same thing for smaller streamers. I hate when I go to their channel and they have follower only mode on. I can't. That bothers me.
I guess they trying to push to where if you want to go in that chat, you have to follow them, then type something.
Yeah,
which is too much.
Wait, how do you have it? How do you? Oh, because I've got it on full screen.
It depends
I
on
can put mine on full screen,
like how they
choose to do that. There you go.
The 4 squares, mine was different, but then when I go to full screen, it goes. I guess because I'm in an ultra wide, that's why.
Yeah, I got 3 monitors set up with a 2 PC setup.
Yeah.
So.
Yo, what's up, Big Mike?
if their goal with the follower mode, right, is to only
Mhm.
milk followers off of that, and then they're just gonna be
Mhm.
like, haha, if you want to talk to me, you gotta
Right.
follow me. That's
Yeah.
not as good. But also at the same time, I think it's a good way to build your community up better because sure the people that come in and might want to say something without following you be like hey or something, but you already know like if they follow you and then they want to start talking to you that person's probably going to want to try to stay like
Right.
supporting you and like actually be with you. So like it's kind of like 50-50. It could be good for you, but it also could just be stupid to do as well.
Yeah.
Yeah. There you go. I set it up.
You might
I
see some
am
like
set
more
now.
solid shit out of the viewers that you get from follower only mode versus like just random people. Like you might get say 100 people if you don't have it on follower mode talking to you, but then none of them stay. But then
Yeah.
if you have it on follower mode, you get 5 solid people that continuously come back and talk to you each time. 5 people that continuously talk to me is better than 100 people that don't say anything.
Yeah. It's
True,
like the
true.
way I
Yeah.
have mine set up is once you hit affiliate, you can you can separate your viewers that come in. So like Big Mike came in and he has his name is highlighted um because
There
it
you
says
go.
subscriber. So like any type of new if a new chatter comes in for the first time, it'll have first time chatter over his name.
Yeah, I think I got
Gotcha.
mine set up like that.
And
So
then if
I'm
you
all set with the podcast. We
all right,
should be straight.
and then if you raid me, everybody in the raid will have rated with such and such, and that'll have their name highlighted through that.
I'm hoping that I can fucking get that shit fixed at some point so that way I could raid
Look at
people and
him
stuff.
rocking the Shamrock Shake over there.
Yeah. My wife works at McDonald's, so she gets this stuff for free. So
Hell
she'll ask
yeah,
me, "Do you want anything?" I'm like, "Sure, just grab me anything." She normally grabs me a tea, but I told her to give me a Shamrock Shake.
hell yeah. My wife works at Walmart, so we just get 10% discount.
I
Yeah.
love getting like a sweet tea at McDonald's just because like you can get a large sweet tea for $1.
Don't hate me, but I hate sweet tea.
Eh, alright, it's not for everyone, but
I don't like the
it's
Yeah.
smell of it,
also
and I don't like the taste
it's
of it.
also gotta be like made right where like sometimes I go to McDonald's, I get it, and I'm like, did you guys even put like enough sugar in this? Or like it's
Yeah,
just
Right,
so
right.
tastes like shit
yeah,
now. I
I be
ask for
asking my
like a
wife
bunch
the
of
same
sugar
thing.
packets, I put them in and mix it around and stuff, then bang, it'll taste like way better.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that's
I
why
asked my wife the same thing. As far as the tea, I tell her, I say, "Okay, who made this tea? This don't taste right."
you got to have that right.
But I mean, it
Alright.
depends on where you go and stuff. Cause like
Mhm.
when I was in California, I would go to like the same restaurants and like fast food chains and whatnot all the time, like the exact same one over and over and over. And so eventually you build like a friendship and like community with the people that's there and stuff. So like
Yeah,
when I would go to like IHOP, I would always get like the same servers and then I would literally come in, sit down at a table, she would walk over, say you want your usual, and then bang, fucking instantly she knew every single thing I wanted perfectly and then just ordered it for me instantly. There wasn't like 10-15 minutes of waiting for like, oh yeah, we'll get this for you. Like no, she was on the ball because like I already go there all the time.
yeah,
Yeah, that's similar to back then when I used to go bowling. Cause me and my boys used to go bowling every Sunday, and the bartender knew us because we always come in there and order the same exact thing. So as soon as they say it, "Oh, we already know what you want. Here go a
Yeah, that's
picture. You
awesome.
want this?" Be like, "All right, cool."
And
Kick
then
just clocked in over 1 billion watch hours.
if you get good enough too with them and stuff, they'll do like nice stuff for you at the end. Like she would always offer me a free soda, like fucking give me like a big ass cup, just free a soda to leave with every time. Even if you'd be like, no, she'd be like, are you sure? No, 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 I'll go get it for you. I'll be right back. Fucking you tell her no, she just goes and gets you the soda anyway because she wants to be nice. But I've heard from other people that live in California for like their whole life and stuff that it's not like that for
Mhm.
like always for the residents that like continuously live there. Like you could tell that they say that they treat like tourists or whatever, like people that aren't from there for their whole life a lot better than they treat the people that's already been there. And then people will be like, well, how can they tell that you're not like that you don't live in New York, California and stuff? And it's well, it's like, all right. take the personalities of everyone in New York and how we act and dress and the slang we talk about and all this and that, and then stick us in California or whatever. You're gonna stick out like a sore thumb. It's like two different cultures almost in a sense. So that's how a lot of people could tell that I wasn't from there and that I was from like New York or something like that, just because of how I act. And then it's probably also why I got treated pretty nice out there, because people could tell I was just from somewhere else.
Yeah. So we're gonna have to we'll do the Discord, well, the podcast. We're gonna start interviewing everybody as far as talking about how they came up on Twitch and what games they play and what they think about the game. I'm gonna hand it over to Tucker Gaming.
Oh gosh. Okay. My name's Tucker Gaming, aka Chris Tucker. Yes, that is my real name. I've been streaming on Twitch for about off and on for 6 years. I talked about it a little bit this morning with everybody. Been playing a lot of Suicide Squad, play a lot of Destiny, Call of Duty, single player games, MMOs, World of Warcraft, Final Fantasy 14. I'm just don't give me a Dark Souls game. It's the only thing I ask. But with today, we're going to be talking a lot about Suicide Squad. I was super excited about this game when it first dropped. I think it was they brought the first trailer out 2 years ago.
Yeah, it was a really long time because I had been
Yeah,
waiting, and then eventually I asked my friend, and I was like, "Hey, is Suicide Squad even out yet?" Like a
yeah.
little while ago, and he's like, "Nah, dude, it still hasn't come out. It's supposed to come out this time." And I was
I'm
like, "Damn, bro,
pretty sure
they
they
said things
dropped
took
Gotham
forever
Knights
ago."
and Suicide Squad like on the same day, like the trailer.
Yeah, but I think they're supposed to be doing a trilogy for Arkham Knights.
Yo, what's up, Papa? I see. I don't know. I didn't finish Gotham Knights, but with Suicide Squad, I was super excited just because I'm a Harley Quinn fan. Love the Suicide Squad movies. I know that's also controversial, but I think once the game dropped the trailer, I think everybody was super excited, and then they brought out the trailer for gameplay, and that's when all the hate started coming in. They said the game looked like it was from 2012 and just a bunch of bull crap. But I was super excited. I got invited from Rocksteady to do the alpha. Played the alpha for the week that I had it. Got to explore Metropolis, and we got all the way up. I think they let you play all the way up till you got the grenade mod, and you got stuck in the arena from Green Lantern, and then it ended. But I was hooked from the alpha, and then I just waited for the game to come out at that point. Still, everybody on TikTok, YouTube is just hating on the game. I think just to hate it, just to ride the hate train to get the views. Is the game perfect? No. Is it fun? Yes. Combat was a little iffy for me when I first started with the alpha, but after I got used to it, I've really enjoyed the combat. Is there some things I think they should change? Yeah, and we can all get into that later. But for me, I think people are hating on this game just to ride the hate train and just to get their views up. And so, but I've been streaming it since the 30th, and it's been nothing but, good vibes. I don't think we've had any trolls. I mean, I think Papa and Big Mike can probably vouch for that. We really haven't had any haters coming into the stream really trying to start anything. It's just been good vibes with everybody. I've met some good people along with Legacy and Harley and El Poppy here. I've had nothing but fun times with the game. So with that, I'll move it over to El Poppy.
My name is El Poppy Logo, aka William Shadell. I've been playing. I play a lot of games, from COD to Apex, and now I'm playing Suicide Squad. I'm playing for quite a while. It's got a great community. It's got a great player base. I've learned a
I've been
lot
wanting
from
to
a
do a
lot of
podcast for
people,
a while,
especially
Papa.
with Harley Quinn and Tucker Gaming, just from the community itself. It's a good community in general. That I think it develops a lot of hate for no apparent reason, just because of a storyline that somebody didn't like. But it's okay. From what I think, it's all right. in general. It's a good game. If more people just gave it a shot, would have a bigger community though. In my opinion, I don't know if anybody else has that same opinion,
Yeah, that's the
but
problem. All the people that are talking shit about the game haven't even put an hour into the game.
Yeah.
exactly. And I just wish our community would actually like the game for what it is instead of for
What they
what they
wanted.
want. You know what I
Yeah,
mean? Yeah,
I feel that.
Yeah,
because
and
it
just
could
to
have been a
drive
worse
on that,
situation. Like,
just to drive in on that as well, like Tucker was saying, like a lot of people just like haven't even really gave the game as self a shot. Like I was telling him, I think it was earlier today, maybe or something like that. But if you don't have things that you can't complain about a game and bring up the pros and cons, like if you don't have both, then you truly don't love the game as
Yeah,
much
you're
as you
right,
say
Mike.
you do. Like no game, like Tucker said, is perfect. Like no game's gonna be perfect, but
Mm-hmm.
definitely some can come close to it in like your eyes and whatnot if it checks all the right boxes and stuff. But um definitely I think people are just like bombshell in this game with bad reviews for not the best reasons. I mean, it's okay to have your critiques, and then, you can even say that this game is bad, and I respect your opinion, but for you to just shit on this game for no reason because, like, you just want to or hop on the bandwagon, that doesn't really make that much sense to me.
Yep.
Like, that's like, for example, why I stopped playing Call of Duty. Like, I used to be top 20,000 in the world on Search and Destroy for Black Ops 2. And like Black Ops 2 is like one of my main games of all time. Like that was like my favorite shit. I used to come home from school, hop on the
oh
game,
yeah,
play all day, almost literally until the next morning, till I had to go to school and then go to school dead tired, falling asleep in school because of Call of Duty.
Yep.
And then everyone told me, hey, don't get Call of Duty Ghost. It's gonna be bad. And I'm like, dude, what are you talking about? I was like, I played Call of Duty only for like the past however many years. I'm gonna get the next Call of Duty. I get Call of Duty every year. I was like, I don't care if you think it's gonna be bad, I'm still gonna give it a shot. And then that's what I did. And then guess what happened? Call of Duty Ghost was garbage. And I never bought Call of
yeah.
Duty ever since.
See, I didn't. I liked Ghost, so let's see. We'll all have
I
different
like
opinions.
this. I like the campaign as far as that, but as far as like the multiplayer went and stuff like that, I really did not enjoy the TTK on that game and stuff, and like just the
Gotcha.
gunplay and all that. I feel like it was really not one of the primes. But that's also maybe because I grew up on the MW2 era and the Black Ops era, so like to switch to Ghost after, it just didn't feel good to already go from
Yeah.
like the nostalgia that I already had.
But
But as far as to introduce myself, everyone has been calling me Harley just because I made the Harley Quinn main account and been playing Suicide Squad. But usually also a lot of people call me Juice because my main account is about like showing homage to Juice WRLD because he's my favorite artist and helped me get through a lot in life. But um recently, I started streaming again on that Harley account and started streaming some Suicide Squad and showcasing my grind to Mastery 200 and whatnot because I was like, hey, why not? Let's just see who wants to watch me, if anyone even does. And
yep.
then whoever I meet is whoever I meet and just kind of see where it went. And then streamed for a couple days. I had like the most viewers I've ever had streaming out of all the times of games and different Twitch accounts I've made to ever try streaming. Like this has been the most successful so far. And like I've usually had like a good solid at least like 5 people maybe or so watching me, not maybe everyone engaging the most in chat, but like I said, I mean, at least they want to watch me or just coming in, hanging out, whatever anyway. Even if they're only literally just putting me on mute just to get the Twitch drops. I mean, at least he clicked on my channel to do it, I guess. But
Yep.
uh yeah, I mean, I'm gonna maybe definitely try to look into building my community a little bit more, especially seeing how there's a good chunk of people that have already followed me, and I've barely streamed like a couple times in the past like 4 or 5 days. So That's probably a good sign that, I should at least try to take it a little bit more serious, even if I don't go the career route and try to make a life off of it and make money, just to stream for you guys and build a community and, uh, hang out with each other and all that good stuff.
Sweet, sweet.
Your turn, Legacy.
So, all right. So, of course, my name is Legacy. Y'all can call me. I go by Legacy. My real name is Chris.
Oh
I've
God.
been Yeah, I've been streaming. I've been streaming off and on, and then I've been streaming for when I first started streaming. I was streaming for like 2 years, but I started off streaming Call of Duty COD, and I started playing that competitively, and I got tired of playing competitively because I couldn't find like a solid team to play with when I was grinding, trying to go for the achievements, gold guns, the max camos, all that. So I got tired, so I switched over to Suicide Squad.
And that's unfortunate that you weren't able to at least just find people to compete with too, because that's one of the things that I did too as well was
Hmm.
competitive tourneys back in Black Ops 2, and those were like really fucking fun. I'm talking like just like hop in like how we're in like a Discord call kind of thing right now. It
Hmm.
was like a hosted event that was like by someone, and like they put up money for the winner, and like when you win, you know what I mean? You're competing for money. So is that cash prize at the end, and it really feels nice when you're able to do something like that. uh, no matter the money, it could be fucking $5 is the prize. But I mean, hey, you made $5 off of a game that you technically like weren't even supposed to be making any money off of. Like, you don't
Yeah,
really make money off the game. So yeah, definitely it sucks that you didn't get to enjoy the
yeah.
competitive scene of that.
So to counteract that, what I did is when they dropped the resurgence rank, I just went in there and went in randoms. Of course I looked up to like Swag and Nick Merch and Repost and all them. I looked and see how the gameplay did their gameplay and put it into my gameplay. And I managed to go from being starting off at bronze all the way to plat one just playing with Randy's.
Damn, that's really good.
Yeah, that's huge. Yeah.
Yeah.
And that
My
just goes to show chat and everyone too that it is a good thing as well to just go into a random streamers, whether it doesn't
Hmm.
mean that they have to have 4 million views already and like a big viewer count. You could go into a streamer that has 0 views, and he could be someone like me that just isn't a big streamer or anything, and like could definitely put you onto some game about whatever game you go to look for them for, whether any
Yep.
it be. They could give you some tips and information, and even if they're not currently giving it out, I mean, a lot of people are friendly uh on the communities and stuff. So if you just hop in chat and ask your question to them, more than likely they'll answer you and give you help about whatever you need. So
Yeah.
definitely look up to. I would say it's going to be a lot harder with someone like how he said, like Faye Sway or like Nick Merckx or any of those bigger names. Like, of course, they have like hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of people in their chat, so it's moving like crazy. So they're probably not going to see your message unless like you figure
Or,
out a way to like donate it or slow it down somehow. But
or send them a whisper. But more likely, if you send them a whisper, they might not respond to it. Who knows?
Yeah.
yeah, but definitely it's still worth a
Harley
shot to
stuck
look
on
out
Mastery
for
68 with my
differently
Harley build
streamers like
nook.
he
Need
did
some
and
help.
whatnot to
I'll probably be switching
branch
over
off
to
of
Suicide
different games
Squad
and stuff and just see where you
after we
can
get done with
learn new
this, Big Mike.
information and resources and whatnot. Definitely, like he said, it will make a big difference for you in his example as well from climbing the rank like he did.
Yeah. So after that, I switched over to Suicide Squad. But before I even switched over to Suicide Squad, I was skeptical. So I looked at a couple of videos and stuff, and I said, "Oh, Suicide Squad reminds me of Outriders or Looter Shooter." I said, "Okay, I'm gonna play that." I started playing that, and that's when I met Harley Quinn, and Harley Quinn introduced me to Tucker Gaming, and we shot skyrocket from there.
Yep. And that's what I want to do with Twitch wise. My goal is to build a community. So I'm a part of a group called Team B42. I've been part of them probably quite a while. And they do raids every day. 2 raids a day. They do one in the morning and one in the afternoon. Now the way that I think that we need to change that, and I've been trying to talk to the leader I want to build a community where we pick one person in the community, say that they're trying to get affiliate or they're pushing for partner or something in those lines, and we raid them and we stick around and chill with them and help them out reach their goals. Where Team B42, they will raid you but only stay there for like 5 or 10 minutes and then move on to the next. To me, that doesn't help the average viewer for you because they're just coming in saying hi, hey, it's us, and then they're hopping into the next stream to say hi. Um, but that's my goal as a streamer. I just want to build a community to help other people. Is it gonna happen? Maybe. If it doesn't, it doesn't. If it does, it does. But I'm here to have a good time. I'm not here for a long time. So I'm doing the best I can, and I'll keep raiding whoever I can, especially within the Suicide Squad community, because I want to get this game. You know, I want to see this game flourish. I don't want to see it to hit the roadblock like Anthem or like Outriders. Um, Even Borderlands. I mean, Borderlands has gone down as well. I mean, it used to be the go-to looter shooter to play, and right now it's Destiny. It's everything is trying to be a Destiny killer.
And I mean,
Um,
even Destiny's dying off as well
it is.
because, like, Destiny's whole purpose and why the live service of Destiny has even existed for as long as it did. And like I said, I'm someone who's put a disgusting amount of hours into Destiny. That used to be my main game. But
Yeah,
the fact that they screwed me over as a company, and basically why I don't like them is the way I look at them, they will reward you if you do not purchase their game. If you basically say, hey, we don't support you, they're gonna literally give you the game for free, a little bit of DLC, and then you just gotta buy a couple packs and you'll be caught up with everyone.
yeah,
And then you get that. Now if you buy their game and you support them and all that stuff, they're gonna spit in your face and then give the game
Yep.
away to for free to everyone else
yep,
that because like they're trying to expand their player
Yep.
base.
yep. And that's what
And
they
then
did. That's what
I
I look
totally agree.
at is
that
they made the
that would
game
be
free to
fine
play.
also if they did something for the strong core player base that's already
Right,
been there. So you're
right.
gonna give them stuff and benefit them, but we just get to sit here and get nothing. You could give us like a free skin or like some kind
Mm-hmm.
of like a cool shader that's exclusive for us, anything.
Yep.
But just to spit in our face and give us nothing and give them everything is like I
Yeah.
can't support them anymore.
And see, and that's why their PvP is going downhill, is because they're focused on this PvE style, and like there's people that wanted Destiny to be super competitive like Halo,
I
and it
think
just
to
didn't
touch
hit
in
it.
on that, the PvP is really getting killed because they can't seem to create a good enough anti-cheat system to
That too,
keep the
yeah.
cheaters out. I mean, you
It's
know how many times I carried people to the lighthouse and I
mm-hmm.
got DDoSed offline off my internet because people couldn't beat me in trials?
Yep,
Like, it's insane. And then I've contacted them about it so many times, and like they're just like, nothing really we can do. I mean, like your IP's on a like public thing basically and can be grabbed by anyone. Like you
yep,
you have no security, and then like basically the one thing I could have done was like get a VPN and all that stuff. But I mean, I'm not someone that's like big on all that kind of shit. I just want to be able to play the games and that I want to play and have fun.
yeah,
So but yeah, I think definitely with that, it's a lot with the cheaters that's ruining the PvP side, as well as just the core essence of how they're changing the gameplay. Like an example, that did it good is Overwatch. Not necessarily how they changed the game from Overwatch 1 to Overwatch 2, but the fact that Overwatch 2 is now, I believe it's
yeah,
5v5 instead of 6v6.
yeah. And they
So
changed the hit marker as well.
that's good. Like the change from 5v or 6v6 to 5v5, honestly, it really did feel a lot better as a 5v5 game mode versus 6. And
Yeah,
then one that didn't do it good is like Destiny, man. All the changes that they made to the fucking trials and stuff, like making it go from a 3v3 game mode to a 4v4, that was stupid. 3v3 was fucking competitive and nice, but now four people, it's not as competitive. It's just like a more of a numbers thing again, where
yeah,
like as soon as you get one guy taken down and you get one more guy taken down, it's going to be really hard to outperform a 2v4 or even a 3v4 if you don't get that kill off and get
yeah.
the trade again. But Then a lot in Destiny 1. I mean, everyone like that's why I don't like the gaming community a lot sometimes too, is because people just get frustrated with certain things and I think over complain about them as like much as they possibly can when they don't actually really sit back and just think like, hey, is this actually as broken as I think it is, or is it just like me? Like, am I just not
Yeah.
good against it? And then like everything gets nerfed in video games. Like
Oh yeah.
everyone cried that nobody was using their primary in Destiny. So what did they do? They made you now basically have no special ammo in the game ever again whatsoever, and
Yep.
everyone switched from using any kinds of snipers and shotguns to now using a primary shotgun, a primary sniper, and then just tossing on a sidearm, which was guaranteed 15 bullets every single time you started the round. So like then they just, like ruin the game. Like I really think developers need to start like talking to their community more and just like diving in it and then
Yeah.
really seeing like what they say and then like focusing off of that and building off of that. And that's something to just transition back to Suicide Squad, what I should have
Uh-huh.
been talking about more so, but like that's what the devs
Yeah.
could do for this game is why I
Yeah.
was saying it basically because like it's still about like every game. The devs could definitely, talk to the community more and learn from the mistakes of the other games like Destiny, which is another live service and stuff, and don't go down the same route and like don't go nerfing everything just because people are complaining about it. Like
Yeah.
this
Yeah.
game, I really see going downhill if the devs ever choose to like nerf the characters into the ground. Like if you're sitting here telling me Harley's too OP, so she's got to get nerfed, and she gets nerfed, I'm gonna probably want to quit the game because my character is gonna get nerfed. But then your character is now the
Right.
strongest character in the game, and you're happy, right? But my character gets to be garbage now.
Yep.
Where instead of nerfing my character, how about you buff the other characters to make them catch up with my character?
Yep. I mean, on to sit on that too as well. You know, you've got Twitter now, you got TikTok, you got YouTube Shorts, you got YouTube videos. All these content creators and stuff. The devs see that. I don't care what anyone says. The dev sees everything that pops up on Twitter. They see everything that pops up on TikTok. And one of the biggest things with Suicide Squad was people were complaining because they didn't send out review copies. I mean, I don't blame them for not doing that. As much hate as the game got, why would you want to send out a review copy to content creators? There was not a single content creator that I've seen on TikTok have anything good to say about the game. So why, as a developer, why as a CEO of a company, why should I send you a review copy if you're already talking shit about my game?
Exactly. That
Yeah,
goes into perspective too, because they don't want to send out the game, and they probably afraid of that feedback from the content creator
Right.
because of the fact that they sent the game out and were like,
well,
"Nah,
I don't think it's
I don't
that
like."
they're necessarily afraid of the feedback that they're gonna get. I think it's
Mhm.
just that they're more smart and realize, like how Tucker said, like why would we send this game to like 1000% known like only hater?
Yeah.
Like I said, you can't
Yeah,
just sit here and only say good stuff about a game or only say
Right.
bad stuff about a game. You got to be on both
yeah. That's
sides. You got
why.
to say
That's
the
why.
goods and the bads.
Like, if I was a CEO and I had made Suicide Squad and I sent it out to like a creator like Tucker and stuff, I say, all right, give me the pros and cons. Do you think that that's good with the
Right.
game, and the cons that you think that's bad? That gives me feedback
Yeah, just like say
on I can fix it and
write
make
a
it
short
better.
list of your top things that you think we did good as a company or whatever,
Mhm.
like you know what I mean with this, and then write down a short list of the opposite things, like things you thought that we did not so great and that we need to try to improve on and look out for next time or just fix whenever, like as we
Yeah,
get
okay.
to
So,
progressing, yeah, and like dropping new stuff. So
Yeah.
so that reminds me of this question. Saying that, what you think this update's going to be? Because we did we looked through the thing trying to find Joker and seeing when it's getting released,
Which
and we found
update?
out it getting put. It
yeah,
was
so
a
you're
up.
talking about
Because there's not an update for next week.
are you
Yeah, it's
talking
not.
about
Nope.
what's going to be coming?
Yeah,
Like,
what's
because
gonna be coming? Cause they
the
pushed back
next one
Joker.
that's going to be coming to me personally, I think is going to be the content update. Because,
Yeah.
like I was telling everyone, they had one
Mhm.
last chance to fix the game before season content drops. Now, it's going to be March 7th, basically, or so. By the
Yeah.
time next week rolls around, when we are supposed to get an update to fix the game, Then it should have been another week rolled around, and by like March 14th, we should have had the game fixed in co-op already, been playing for a week. Then all of us hop back on, get back into the game, it's booming again. Then you drop that new
Yep.
content, and then bang,
Yep.
Yeah,
you
I agree.
revived your game. But
exactly. I
now
think they're more
you're
focused
you're
on.
you're rolling on a risky fucking layer of thin ice, and you're out there doing backflips on the lake. Like you can't be risking it
Mm-hmm.
like that when you're basically now telling everyone, hey, either this new content's dropping, this next update we do, because they literally said we are not doing an update to solely focus on making sure that this content update
Is
gets
ready.
dropped and
Yep.
goes and gets ready. So like that means that they're probably dropping it the next Tuesday after this one. And
So
then
what?
that it is going to be a combo deal. It's either going to fix co-op for everyone and you're going to be able to
Or it's
play
gonna
with your
fail.
friends, or it's going to drop Joker and all this new content and no one's going to be able to play the game with each other still.
Yeah. Well,
Yeah.
that what bothers me is that they what he said in the developer weekly update was that this was a hot fix for this week. Okay, well, a hot fix is not waiting a week for an update. A hot fix is right then
Yeah,
and there.
exactly. Like a hot fix is like this, yeah, just like a quick load in patch that's like a
So
couple, like not too long,
yeah,
and you just patch it up, patch it quick, and then you download it. Like
yeah,
that, hot patches are something that get released in midweeks, etc. Like that, they could have done
right.
that on a Friday, Saturday. Live service games like Destiny, etc., they only do
Hmm.
updates on Tuesdays
So
or Wednesdays. Like that's
so
just how
But
live
they
service
also send
games
hot fixes
operate.
out too.
yeah.
Yeah,
So I
so
know
like
too.
those can go out anytime, but their main updates and stuff, they choose
Yep.
to
Mhm,
do a very
mhm.
scheduled date and stuff like that due to how live service games are with like they could do an update, and then as you could see from a lot of them with Suicide Squad, they did an update, fixed whatever, and then broke the game 10 times more by adding in a loading in Metropolis glitch where you got to close out your app every 2 missions.
Which I would have
Like
been fine doing that if I could play with my buddy Andrew, or if I could play with
yeah,
Harley, or
yeah,
Yeah.
that would be
I would
awesome.
have been completely fine, because then I could have just closed out the game and then we could have just booted it right back up and went back into what we were doing.
But
Let me pull up
But
the.
as it stands,
Thing.
honestly, if they don't fix multi soon, they're gonna lose a large majority of the
Yeah,
player base, more than what they've already lost.
Yeah, I
Because
was
quite
gonna say, I
honestly,
think
they've
they've already
lost a
lost the
ton.
majority. Yeah, I'd say to like I've been driving to
We went from what
Legacy that I do
2K to
not
like
believe a lot of people will be coming back to this game. Like I
yeah,
know some people will, but I guarantee you, there's people that already writ this shit off. It's over for them. They don't
yeah,
care about this game as it could be the #1 game in the world next month, and they're still not gonna play it because of
yeah,
what's already happened.
yeah. And that's
Yeah.
the main thing as a developer, or as a AAA company, especially if you have this many bugs, it should be all hands on deck.
And I really
oh
feel
yeah,
like it could have been avoided, even if it would have took the exact same length it's taken right now, if they would have handled it completely more respectfully and actually talked to their community more
Yep.
sooner and like actually just a lot more consistent. We
Well,
we
like
maybe get an update like once a week or once every week and a half, and they're like, we're thinking about fixing the game, but we don't know if we're
yeah.
gonna yet.
right.
That's
It's
the
like
whole
I
That.
said this
problem.
morning. It's like I said this morning during the stream. When the
Mhm.
game first came out, there was people loading in that was already at end game. They before they even, it was their first
Yeah,
time
I
booting up
did
the
hear
game,
about that. Yeah, it just
and
auto completed it for
they, as
you.
soon as somebody submitted a ticket for that, they shut down the servers, fixed it, and then put the servers back online.
My question with that is, right, did you get, like, all the trophies that it
Yeah,
takes
they had
to
everything. They had all in-game loot. They had all in-game story done.
I
Everything. They
mean, like,
were
the
literally at
actual, like, trophy achievements for, like, the
that. I
story and
don't think
stuff.
so. I think it was just the game itself was at
Yeah,
the
'cause
end. At
I
the
wondered
end.
if that would've ruined it for people. Cause like, someone like me, some of my video clips for trophies of me, completing the trophy and stuff. Cause PS5 records a little video clip when you get
Yeah.
them. If you have it set like that, they're pretty cool. Like, they show, like, a really fancy kill or something like that, and then,
Hmm.
like, uh if you know what I mean, like, that happened to me for this game with Suicide Squad, all my trophies would be fucked. All it would be is just a black loading screen of me loading into the end of the game or whatever, and then just every trophy would pop at once, and
Yeah.
that would suck. That'd be great for your platinum hunters that want the platinum and that's all they care about. You guys would have
Yeah.
had to basically do, like, nothing.
But my thing is why did you hop on it so fast to fix that, but you're not hopping on so fast to fix these people that can't even play? There's people that can't even
I
get
know they
into
can't
the
even
game,
log in. Yep.
and it's
That's
been
not
going on for
including.
2 weeks.
Their
That's not
feedback
including
with
the
that
multiplayer too.
Yeah,
Their feedback with that and what they keep telling us and stuff is that it's just really complicated with the whole like aspect of being able to fix it. And then that's the whole reason why apparently, the fire build got nerfed instantly, but then the game's still unplayable practically. And
yeah,
like I was just wondering like why did you immediately, and that's another thing I want to talk about and drive on too. Why the heck did we nerf the fire build and then, like I said, make it so that way that build could have been used on all four characters and you guys could have pushed to 200? Yeah, it's a boring build and it's like cheesy, whatever. You can say all that. That's cool. But go climb to 200 on the old leaderboards without that fire build. Go see if you can even make it past a certain number because it was
yeah,
impossible because of the damage. So that's why
Yeah,
everyone resorted to that fire build. And then um so that gets nerfed, right? And the developers out of their own mouths say, "Hey, thank you guys. You broke our game. We're gonna fix it and then change the leaderboards and cement you guys that did your thing on this one. But we want to make it more fair and balanced for a new leaderboard." And I know a lot of people, don't care about the leaderboards. I'm like one of the people that do, but like still, a lot of people care about the leaderboards versus the side that doesn't. It's like half and half.
yeah,
So um, they did that. They cemented us in the old one. That's cool. I like the idea of that. But if you go check the social leaderboards and stuff, and right now I only care about checking single player, just one player, because that's all I'm able to rank in at the moment. But how come for the old leaderboard, this dude named JDIRS is a cheater, a known cheater, because like he literally coded the game to add in mastery levels that don't even exist, gets to be number one on the old leaderboards. Then how they made a brand new one, he's forever cemented as number one. That's what I'm getting at too. Like you can't like unless they take him off, he's number one forever. So we're gonna promote him as the number one for being a cheater. Then we go to a brand new leaderboard that got added, and now you have Muku JPN, who's 10,008, versus JDIRS, who's 2,709, and the rest of us legit players, even if you're a cheater with modded guns or a cheater with talents, is all at 609.
yeah.
So how come, we made a whole new leaderboard and you're talking about terms of trying to make it fair and this and that, but again, we keep like basically promoting the cheaters. Like you guys are just saying, "Hey, it's okay if you go mod the game and like break it to absolute shreds." I mean, we're gonna nerf all the legitimate strong builds that get made in the game due to like broken mechanics, but if you actually mod it and cheat, that's fine. You can do that.
Yeah.
And then like, all right, if you guys are gonna promote that, then I'm just gonna basically tell all my friends if they want to, hey, just go find someone on PC that will mod Suicide Squad for you and just buy an account off of them and then just get it linked to your PlayStation and then they can play a modded account on PlayStation, Xbox, PC, whatever you want, because all the save progression and stuff is cross save on this game. Like if I go switch to like if I wanted to right now, if I sent my Warner Brothers stuff to like Tucker or whatever, he could play on my Harley account.
Yeah,
But like that's my thing. Is it's so easy to get a modded account. If they're not going to punish people, I don't care that I'm a legit number player on the leaderboard. I'm just going to start cheating because like they're not going to if they're
they're
not
not
going
doing
to
anything. Yeah,
yeah, if they're not going to do anything, what's the point of me playing the game legitimate other than to have fun legitimately, which I will still do, but why not just cheat? Like
right.
if I just want to make the game easy for my friends that want it easy or something like that, and they're not going to punish me for it, I'm just going to do it.
Yep.
Whoever wants it like that, I'm gonna boost up like that. But I mean,
They should really wipe them out.
I'd rather it just be that they just yeah, like even if they don't want to wipe them out, fuck it, dude. Let's put them on a pedestal. Let's see who can mod the game the most, and let's make a leaderboard just for the modders themselves.
Yeah,
Or do it like Call of Duty and put them on a different server. Honestly.
Like fuck, dude. They gotta do something, but like I'm also not driving that so much too because I get that the leaderboard should not be their main priority right now, and I respect everyone that also says that. But if you're someone that thinks that, it shouldn't even matter, you shouldn't care, it's just a number, like, that's not a good enough reason for me to agree with you that the leaderboard shouldn't get fixed. Just
Right.
because you
And
don't
then,
care about it doesn't mean that there's not a different majority of players that want that to be what it needs to be.
but another thing the dev said is that they wanted to nerf the fire build so we diversitize as a community on builds, but now it's just turned into a craze meta. That's
Oh
all
yeah,
we can
now
use
now it's
on a
basically
higher.
you just
Yeah.
use Harley Quinn to get up there, and like I showed Tucker, you can use Deadshot if you really want to get cheesy on the Crystal mission, but the other two missions you do Harley, and then that mission you do Deadshot, and you make it to 200 no problem, but you're only using two builds.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You're using a
Yeah.
cheese build, and then you're using the Harley infinite grenade build with all that damage stuff I stacked on it.
Yeah.
And then on top of that, you're gonna struggle if you don't manage to know how to build your bots out to help you the right way too. And it's not as
Yeah.
simple as just put on strong stuff to make them shoot the enemies and do damage because they don't that's not what you need. The bots aren't gonna kill stuff for you really.
Right. Like
They're
I
gonna help
never
you out.
thought to spec out the bots. Like that didn't even cross my mind. I was more focused on my character that I wanted to main
Oh yeah, and that's how I
until
was
today.
too until I got to a certain point, and I'm like, you know what? I could probably make the game easier if I just don't only focus on myself and stop
Right.
abandoning my bots. And I was like, I'm gonna try it. Just started theory crafting, and I was like, what can I do to make my bots make my gameplay better? Not fucking make them do damage or whatever. How can they make me play better? And then that's when I came up with that shield harvest trick. And
Yeah.
I was like, "Oh yeah, this is broken."
So
Yeah,
I
but
would
if you're
like
gonna sit here and do that, you really gotta.
One th
If they're gonna sit here and nerf builds,
well,
for us
one
to be
thing I
more
will say I
diverse.
have hopes of in terms of them not nerfing builds as much is I know that they nerfed the fire build. To the extent they nerfed it is ridiculous. That's
Oh
just
yeah, it's only 200
that
damage
Yeah,
max
that
now.
that's just pathetic that you nerfed it that hard. But I do agree it needed to be nerfed because it was game breaking. But again, I mean, it's game breaking for the people that use it. No one is forcing someone to use the fire
right.
build and join your game and beat it for you. So for you to tell me that I'm not allowed to use it because it's game breaking is kind of stupid. Like the only argument for that is the whole leaderboard stuff. Other than that, why would it matter? Because like again,
Exactly.
you're not forced to have someone join your game. So um, I think that the only hope I have for them not nerfing builds though is the whole shout out they gave to that like two-piece hack set of like how crazy good that was and like
Yeah.
highlighted that effect. So it does make me think that they probably know about the build that I made and like all that damage stuff that I stacked on top of it and are probably impressed with it. And honestly, I probably could have got a shout out if I would have made my build and showed it to them and stuff. But like because I'm always unlucky in the sense where I'm always the person that doesn't get the spotlight. Not that I, care or whatever, but it's just like when you try to,
Yeah, but if you're putting
it's
in the
like, why
work, then
bother
you want to
again?
see it,
See
Yeah.
a reward for it.
Yeah.
Or at
Like
least, like, you know what I mean? Like, you know that you built it or something like that, and then someone else would be like, nah, they copied me. Like, dude, I did
yeah.
not. Like, I looked on YouTube, and I'll even go to my fucking YouTube search history and show you. I watched so many different videos for different information stuff that were basically pointless because they were all telling me how to get to like mastery level 50.
Yeah.
Meanwhile, I played on my Harley account for like 2 days with the fire build and made it to like 113. I was making my push to 200, but I didn't get to because they shut down the servers and took the fire build off.
Yeah.
So I only made it to 113. And then when that happened, I hopped back on the game after the fire build, and I'm like, dude, what the fuck do I do? I can't make progress. I'm too far in the game now to where everything is so hard, and like I can't. I was like, how do I even make progression now
Yeah,
at this
I
point?
say I noticed that too. Cause when I was doing my fire build and I started hitting them, I was like, they're not taking DPS that much. I said, this
They
is not
don't.
the way.
And so I started theory crafting and just looking around for all the information I could find on uh what do you call it? Um, like basically what could I do to be able to play the game? And like I said, everyone was making videos. Hey, this will get you to 1 through 50. Okay,
Yeah.
that's cool. But I mean, what about the players
Yeah,
that are already up there a little bit
yeah,
higher that where it's hard? And then no one was being like, all right, this is how we're gonna get to the Mastery 200, guys. So I went back and thought about it after a while, and it finally hit me. I was like, oh, I could just try out this build that I made before the fire build that I was using to climb and was really strong, and then wasn't as strong as the broken fire stuff. And then because of the way they rescaled the game now and tried to fix damage and all this proper stuff because of the way the fire broke the game, that's why my grenade build is also now basically doing what the fire build was already doing for us anyway. It's
gotcha.
because like the damage is actually working proper now, so like we can use that. Otherwise, I wouldn't even cared about using that shitty ass fire build. I would have just kept my grenade build the entire time. I would have never used it, but I was forced to because it was impossible. Think it was after 50. That's when it
Excuse me.
became impossible. I can't
Yeah,
remember.
but if it's gonna continue to make a meta, force a meta upon people like with their new sets and stuff like that, like if you're gonna force that meta to where we have to run a single set, it's gonna make the game less fun in my opinion because it's not gonna have no build diversity whatsoever in the
Yeah.
community.
Exactly, because it's gonna be like, okay, like
I
for
mean, I
example,
think build diversity is just going to be hard in general, though, because like there's always going to be a meta, no matter what.
Oh
Like even
yeah.
if
I mean, it doesn't
everything
matter
is
yeah,
what
yeah,
game you
yeah,
play.
close,
There's always going to be a meta.
Yeah,
yeah.
everything
That, that's
everything
the
can be
thing.
close, but definitely there's going to be that one thing that even if it's 1%, it's 1% better than the other thing. So technically, I'm going to use that thing that's 1% better.
Right.
Unless, you know what I mean, you want to try to be quote unquote unique and different, or you just think that, let's say, like the 1% thing that's better is in ice build, and the one thing that's not is electric. You might want to use electric more, so you'd be like, oh, I'm going to sacrifice that 1% because I like electric more.
Yeah.
But me
Yeah.
personally, I'm a efficientist, so I try to go for the most min-max possible. I like to be the strongest possible. I don't care if I'm doing 10 more damage. If I could do 10 more damage, I'm squeezing it in there.
So in that case, like for example, you got that grenade build, right? Since you just showcase your grenade build on YouTube, everybody gonna say, okay, what's the best meta build for Harley? Your video pop up. They're gonna make that build instead of sitting there and coming up with their own. They're gonna copy every single mod, every single weapon, every single armor piece, and everything to
exactly.
make that build.
Mm-hmm.
And that
You think
relates to
you
not
think
being
I should
diverse.
just make a video and then upload it and then make a YouTube channel too for Suicide Squad?
I would, cause I'm making that podcast channel for YouTube.
All right, I'll try it out.
I mean, my thing is I want this game to flourish. I want it to be. I don't want it to be like mainstream most popular game, but I want it to survive. But the
Mm-hmm.
way, and it's not even the community. Like to me, Anthem died because of the community. The community just shit on that game,
Oh yeah.
and the developers just like, okay, I'm done. But now we've got like us, Suicide Squad. You've got your community is like, hey, we need this. Hey, we need this. I don't want to talk shit about your game, but then you got the developers coming behind us going, well, we plan on fixing this, but we're gonna go X amount of weeks without fixing it.
Yeah.
And
Okay,
that's gonna be their cons, because if they get X amount of weeks for fixing it, how many people is gonna stop playing the game?
right. And I think that's what
And
we're going to
then
be running into this week is because
it's
there's not going to be a
also
patch this week, and you've
a
got
matter of
players
like how
like
many people is going to stop playing the game, but then how long are they going to stop playing the game
right,
for? Are they just going to stop playing the game for a couple weeks till it gets fixed? Or like I said earlier, are they done forever because of what you've already done to them?
right.
I mean, I
But
think
go ahead.
they're gonna be like you said, they may stop playing the game until Joker pops out. Or when Joker pops out, they might play level up Joker and say, okay, I'm done, and
And then
wait till
wait
the
for the
next
next
season.
season.
Next season.
Yeah, I was gonna say, and then one final thing on that too is like that's gonna be nice for people to just hop in for like a second, but then they're just gonna like, you know what I
Mm-hmm.
mean, get like bored or whatever, and then like they're probably not gonna keep playing like consistently. And like
Exactly.
that's what the devs really need to look at and like start getting grasp on and stuff because like y'all are literally the people that said, all right, let's do a live service game. And then you want to start drip feeding content to us and stuff and expect people to continue playing your game for years. But
Yep.
like, I mean, if you don't get your head out of your ass and, start to like tell us some
Mm-hmm.
promising shit, not a lot of people are going to want to continue to playing your game for years. I
Right.
probably will if it's good enough because of the player that I
Yeah.
am on this game and how I've been just enjoying it. But I mean, I can't speak for everyone. I know that there's tons of people that's going to share the other side of my opinion and not want to play it because it's some
Right.
hot dog shit at
Yeah.
times.
What
I
I think
just
they should do is like the kind of like our podcast right now, they should designate like 4 content creators to play that game and then get feedback on it and dish it out to the community and see what the community thinks about it. And then they go proceed to fix it.
I'll volunteer as tribute.
I mean, not even necessarily just for like just definitely any and every streamer that like
hmm
gets a decent amount of viewership and actually brings like a good little bit of eyes to your game, like
hmm
definitely go see what they're talking about
Mm-hmm.
and like if that, you know what I mean, get their feedback from not only just that streamer, what is like ask that streamer what's everyone in your chat been saying, like, you know what I mean? And
Yeah.
like you could easily get so much knowledge and resource and information off that, like that it would definitely easily drive you to be able to fix your game for the better for like the community, not for you guys to put more money in your pockets, to literally fix it for the players, the
Yeah.
us who want to enjoy
Yeah,
it.
because if you make the consumer happy, you'll get paid. You get more
Oh yeah,
money.
yeah.
Oh
You
yeah.
make you make the players happy. The players want to put more money in your pocket.
The store. Like why are we not updating the store with outfits? We're a
So
month
I
Exactly.
we're a
think that
month
the
into the
store,
game and there's
I think that the
0
store
outfits for my
thing
characters.
I think that the store thing is because of how the game's launched. I think if the game would have had a proper launch and they wouldn't have had so many bugs that basically destroyed it, they would have had some more skin stuff. Like I
Yeah,
said earlier, I
but
don't care if they have like a schedule. I don't want to see a single skin added to the store until the game gets fixed. Because that to
I
me is
can
gonna
agree
be
with
like
that.
the that to me is gonna be like the Destiny thing. You want me to spend
Oh
money
yeah.
on your fucking game when half my friends can't even play it?
Yeah. But my thing is
Exactly.
when say if I announce this game, I'm already gonna have outfits, ideal outfits out for each character, and it's not like they don't have the
Now,
ideas there.
I think with how you're saying what they could have done for you technically, which they kind of did a little bit, but I guess they could have done it in bigger sense. But like, definitely came a little bit more prepared with the initial launch in itself of
Yeah,
like, all right, the store already has these 5, 10 skins, or maybe not a
right.
crazy number, but like just these skins that like people can work on and buy or
Yeah,
whatever for now if they want, which they kind of do a little bit, but
a
like
little bit.
to
But
an extent.
the other thing that bothers me is, I got the deluxe edition. I'm gonna assume that everybody here probably bought the
Got the
deluxe
deluxe edition.
edition. So,
Yeah, I
the
did.
reason I got that is because I love Harley Quinn. I love her classic outfit. But then you add the classic outfit to the store with just without her makeup and stuff on.
Yeah.
That doesn't make sense to me. Like that, all that bundle right there, all those classic bundles should have been given to us as a deluxe edition.
Exactly. And then after that, they proceed to make make more costumes for the characters that people may like and say, okay, I like this costume. I'm gonna go
Yeah.
buy this one.
Then another thing I just thought of that's a good thing that the devs need to like maybe start to think about, where the fuck is my rewards for any of the shit that I've done in this game? You're telling me
That's
the only thing that I had incentive to grind for was finite 100 for some gold skins and that's
Yeah.
it?
Yep.
Yeah. There's
I
like
don't I
not
And you
don't
really
can't
get
even
anything.
attach those
I don't
gold skins
I
to
don't get
anything
no
else.
well,
special I don't get no special charm. I don't get no special skin, nothing for being ranked globally on the fucking leaderboards or
well,
Yeah.
anything crazy like that. Like I get that they might not do that because of the cheaters and then it's going to be
mhm.
impossible for people to get the skin anyway. But like still, I mean, I don't know, man. I just feel like there's not enough like love for the people that put in the work. I
Well,
mean,
it's
I did so much for this game and I barely got rewarded anything other than the only thing that kept me going and keeps me happy right now is my leaderboard status. If I
yeah.
wasn't able to be placed on the leaderboards and I would have put this much effort into this game and got as much stuff as I got, probably wouldn't like it as much.
And
That's
that's
why
the
I think the
thing.
leaderboards are amazing for this game
They
because
can
I
look
probably
at
would have
Destiny
quit.
for that. Like if any I'm not saying that we need to be like Destiny, and any game that wants to be a looter shooter needs to be like Destiny. But Destiny has done it for so long, and they've been doing it pretty well.
Yeah,
You've
they've
got
already shown people that
yeah.
they know how to be successful.
So
They know the formula for what they're doing.
you got special tags for if you solo a raid or if you solo a dungeon, solo a exotic mission. You get those
Oh man,
tags to show you that
that's
you did.
bullshit. They added that now.
It
Where was that
is.
shit in
It
Destiny 1
is.
when I did all that
I
stuff?
know, but that's what
Yeah,
I'm saying
they
is,
didn't do
you've
that.
got these players that are grinding out, solo this, solo that, they're doing that, but they get that achievement. Yeah, it's just like the titles in Destiny. There's people that grind out the titles just to have that title. And I think Suicide Squad could do the same thing. If you get
Oh,
top 10 in the
yeah.
leaderboards, you can
You
get
know
a
what they
special
could do?
charm or a special
Yeah,
doll or something like that.
or a banner or
Or a
something
banner,
like
yeah.
that.
Yeah.
Yeah, like something that it won't be too much of an incentive to where the cheaters want to cheat like crazy to go fucking make sure that they get
Yeah.
it, but like still an incentive to where, probably we could reach it. Or honestly, it just drives the point. Get rid of the fucking cheaters so then you can do that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think they
Because
should every
if
level.
you
So
want this game to thrive as well, and you really want this game to start to see bigger numbers, that's why you guys should be more appreciative of the leaderboards and stuff.
Yeah.
Because the competitive scene of this game, if they do it right and stuff, will definitely take it far in terms of keeping everyone playing. Because we're all going to be trying to compete each other for
For
better
the
numbers
leapers,
and
yeah.
stuff. And like that's what's going to keep us driving, is competing against each other and that fun in it.
Yeah, and
But
you could do a banner for the top if you make it into the top 10, and then you could do another special banner if you make it to the top 5, and then you can have those, bronze, silver, and gold for the first, second, and third.
yeah,
um,
dude. They also should be able to, if they do it that way, they also get the banners, they get special type of skins, but they also could give them
because
casual skins for
uh,
like every level that you get. Like they gave us a gold skin for level 100,
I mean,
and they give us another skin when we reach level 200,
it
and so
depends
on.
on what they look like, but if you go into the store and you look, there's
Mhm.
a section for banners that they think that they're gonna sell banners and people are just gonna buy banners
Yeah,
like
I don't
that.
give a shit about
Nobody's
banners.
gonna buy banners. I
No.
don't
I
think
don't give a
nobody's gonna
shit
buy the
about
banners.
banners. Andrew
I mean,
Andrew says fix co-op.
exactly. Yeah,
Yeah.
Yeah,
we need that.
co-op. I got a feeling if they
They
fix
need a hard
co-op,
fix
this game will
co-op
be a little
bad.
bit better. 'Cause I mean, I can sit there and play with Tucker. I
I
can play
mean,
with
hey,
Harlan. I
technically,
can play with the other guy. We'll be straight.
the devs don't want to tell you guys because it's a shitty solution, but I mean, technically right now there's a fix for everything in the entire game. Any bug that you can name me right now, guaranteed it'll fix it. You know what you do? You
All
go
that
to your
for?
Warner Brothers, you go to your Warner Brothers, you unlink that shit, and then you make a new profile and it
Yep.
resets your entire save progress. You lose everything, all the
That's what
skins
I had
that
to
you
do.
have, everything. And then
Yeah.
you restart the game from scratch, and then guess what? Your game's not bugged out anymore
Yep.
until, say, you play for 40 hours, 2 minutes, whatever, and it bugs out again. Guess what? Delete all your save progress again to be able to play again.
And
Yeah.
that
That's the
means
only
people's
that's
not
the
gonna want to
only
go through
actual
all that.
solid fix for like every bug in the game right now.
Yeah,
I had to
Some
basically
do.
have like
I
actual
was forced
fixes,
to.
but I'm not deleting my save progress of
yeah, it's
either of my
basically
Yeah, a
it's
lot
accounts.
of people
basically
not gonna
plug
want to do
in
that.
it's basically like a hard reset, unplug, plug back in.
Yeah, but
But
then that's gonna be like hours upon hours upon
Yeah.
hours of grinding they gotta redo, and they ain't gonna want to go through all that.
Yeah.
And now
I
the
had a good
argument
50
of
hours
why I
plus.
even
I didn't
made
want
a
to do it.
second account, right, and even restarted like that because I didn't want to restart on my main, I was like, okay, I'll just make a second account. But also people got to remember too, say your main account is bugged out right now and it's been bugged out for like 3 weeks or whatever and you couldn't play co-op. If you guys would have just done the same thing and made an alt account like I did, and then hopefully the game didn't glitch out for you again, because you've already been playing the game for X amount of days and you already know, okay, I want this weapon for my build, this weapon for my build, I know I want these talents, or I know I want, to do this.
Yeah.
You don't have that fucking 2 week period of like learning the game. You've already learned the game,
Yep.
you already know what to do. So it's not going to take you 2, 3 weeks anymore. It's going to literally take you like 2, 3 days.
And
So
get onto that, you have to learn, and I think that's what people didn't want to do with this game, is because it's in the Arkham universe. They wanted another Arkham game, and me personally, I didn't want
Yep.
another Arkham game. I think the trilogy that they did, I think it's perfect. You had Arkham Knight come out, or let's see, we'll go back to Arkham City. Arkham City came out 10 times bigger than Arkham Asylum. And then you get people, well, there was no vehicles. You couldn't drive the Batmobile around the city, blah, blah, blah. They're like, okay, Arkham Knight came out. Now you have a Batmobile that turns into a tank. Oh,
Yeah, I've heard
there's
that
too many
everything was
missions.
good about the Batman stuff, except for I heard that the community did not
Yeah.
really wasn't
So
too
and that's
fond
what
of
happened. So they complained
the
that
Batman
there was
tank
no
thing.
vehicles in Arkham City, and then they added it to Arkham Knight, and then they complained that there was too much of the Batmobile. And now we
Yeah,
get
they
Suicide
said that that's
Squad.
why they didn't like it.
Yeah, and now we get Suicide Squad, and they're like, "Oh man, Arkham Knight was so good; it looks so much better than Suicide Squad." But I'm like, okay, so we're just recycling this
Yep.
bullshit agenda that
Exactly.
you hate the game when it first comes out, and then they're gonna make a Suicide Squad 2, and you're like, "Oh man, Suicide Squad 1 was so much better than this game."
So in
Hey,
other words,
the
they
thing they
really
got to
can.
remember, it could have been just like Arkham Knights to where it was 30 FPS. Like,
Gotham Knights, yeah,
oh, Gotham Knights, yeah, they
yeah.
drove that game so hard about 60 FPS, but then when it came out, they kept it at 30
And seeing like I
and made it
liked
horrible for
Gotham Knights
console.
for the most part. I think the story of the Court of Owls is really cool. But the thing that I hate and what I love about Suicide Squad is Gotham Knights. It was you go out to the city, you do the mission, you get done with the mission, and you got to go all the way back to the clock tower just to get into another cutscene. And then you get done with that cutscene, you go back out to the city, go talk to Oswald Cobblepot, and then oh hey, we need you back at the clock tower to talk to Alfred. And it was just a lot of back and forth where this is like, do you want to go back to the Hall of Justice, or do you want to keep playing the missions and keep exploring Metropolis?
Exactly.
Like there's always ups and downsides to each game, and to me this game is like in the middle between. I mean, there is downsides with the bugs and the glitches and people's masteries not working, people not being able to get online, people not being able to play. But once you get in, I mean, the city of Metropolis is crazy beautiful, even though it's getting destroyed.
Yeah, not
There's so
including that, you
much
got
detail. Like, I don't know if y'all have looked on the edge of the map, but there's shit going on the other islands of Metropolis. Like, you can see
Right.
helicopters flying around. You can see monsters going around the city. Like, there's more detail into the game than what people realize.
Not that it matters to me, but you definitely tagged the wrong person in your Twitch thing. That's not my account. I was looking at it and I was like hovering over the names and stuff, and it said that I only had one follower, and I was like, huh, I could have sworn a bunch of more people followed me than that. And then that was because like it's Harley Quinn main and then 999. That's just
Oh,
Harley
okay.
Quinn 999. But like I said, it
Gotcha.
don't matter to me.
Gotcha.
I just noticed
Gotcha.
it, so I figured I brought it up to you.
But
We can
to
always fix
me,
it though.
yeah, we can fix it. But like to me, I think this game, I think the combat is a learning curve. It's a lot different than
Oh, definitely.
any
I agree
other
with that.
Batman game. You know, you had Gotham Knights that had a similar combat to Arkham Knight and Arkham City besides the counter. That's the only thing I didn't like. And it felt like they all moved super fucking slow in combat.
I think that Gotham Knights really fell to this game due to the combat. I feel
Yeah.
like if Gotham Knights had the combat like this game, then probably people wouldn't even have been playing this game right now, and with all the bugs that it's had, and people would have
Yeah.
just been kept playing Gotham Knights for a long
Yeah.
time. But
And then
like
well, a lot of people
it got
complain about
really
the
stale.
story of Suicide Squad. They're like, that doesn't make sense. I'm like, well, did
Yeah.
you go through the Batman experience? Like, they want you to go through the Batman experience. And I'm like, did you go through it? Did you hear everything that's happened? Did you know, do you know why Batman and Bruce Wayne came back? Like, did you talk to the holograms in the Hall of Justice? Like, it's there if you would just look for it.
Yeah, you gotta delve deep, and that's like honestly another thing where a lot of people when they like how we say like they hate the story and stuff, and they don't even really delve deep into it. Like imagine a game like Dark Souls, dude.
Yeah.
You know, if you talk to the right person with Dark Souls, they could tell you some insane lore
Mm-hmm.
about that
Oh yeah.
game.
Oh, yeah.
Versus me, I don't give a
I can't
shit
tell you
about the story
shit.
about that game, but I could solo every single boss in the game for you on the hardest difficulty. Like, that's what I care about, but,
Yeah.
like, there is that community that, like, they listen to every single word the freaking NPCs utter and, like, go into, like, descriptions
Yeah.
on items and, like, read those and, like, everything, and, like, that's what people probably, should look into a little bit more on doing with this game. Maybe not as
Exactly.
hard and stuff, but like still go look for Easter eggs and all that
Yep.
stuff and like
And I
see.
mean, did they explain a good way of why we have two different dead shots? Not really. I think the joke that Boomerang did, I think that was funny. Just to me, I mean, just because I played a lot of Arkham City and Arkham Knight, and now the developers apparently, I didn't see the Twitter post, but they said that the Deadshot that was in those games was a fraud, and that this Deadshot killed him. But they could have done a better way of explaining it. That why was Deadshot white in Arkham City and Arkham Asylum and Arkham Knight, but he's black in Suicide Squad?
I mean, how come people aren't asking about Green Lantern then? Is it because of the version of him?
Exactly. There's like, so there is plot holes. And
'Cause, I
that's
mean,
and that's one
but
thing.
they're also I don't know if there was like canonly a black Deadshot, but there was canonly a black
Yeah.
Yeah.
Green
Green
Lantern.
Lantern,
The
yeah.
first
So,
Green
like,
Lantern was Hal Jordan. The second Green Lantern was John
Yep.
Stewart. Now there's a third Green
no.
Lantern that is a female. She is in the new movie, the new animated movies.
That's interesting to
yeah.
switch it up and try to make it a girl version of Green Lantern.
So, but my thing is there plot holes in the story? Yeah, but tell me what story that doesn't have a plot hole. I mean, there's always going to be something.
If you sit there and eat away at it and pick away part by part
Yeah.
of it, of course you're gonna, find a bunch of shit
Right.
wrong with it. But I think that why I enjoyed it so much and stuff is because like I did the opposite of that. I did not give a fuck about like canon stuff and like making sure everything's lore accurate and this dude has to have the exact shoes he wore in 1972 and all this stuff. Like I don't care about that.
Exactly.
Gets
Like I
mad,
just
like,
I just
I
want
wanna
the
get
story
those
to
cool.
be funny. I want it to be good.
Yeah.
Like
And see, that's another thing that people like I've seen people complain about on TikTok is they're like they just talk way too much in the game. I'm like, did you watch the Suicide Squad movies, like comic books movies? Like that's what they did. They're
talked before they went out and
stupid.
did
They're
whatever they
funny.
needed to do.
Like that's
I
how
don't
they
know.
got through
like
what they were
that-
going through.
That statement to me is like an example is like if you tell me you play Kingdom Hearts but you skip all the cutscenes.
Exactly.
Like, what?
Yeah.
You're gonna
And then when
skip
they
all
ask
the
you about the
cutscenes in
cutscenes, you
Kingdom
wouldn't know.
Hearts when that's literally half of the game. That's half of
Right.
Suicide Squad is the banter back and forth between the
Yeah.
characters. That's like High on Life. High on Life is
I love
literally a
that game.
game that is about like dialogue. Like the gameplay itself is not the craziest, most intricate, like
No.
oh keep me playing, but it's all the funny stuff that they say in the game and whatnot that like you're like, damn, I gotta keep playing this.
Yeah. And
And
it's
like
like
that's I think the same thing like Suicide Squad. Like King Shark is dumb, but he's really, really funny. For me
but
personally,
he's dumb and smart at the same time.
Yeah,
I thought
but
Boomerang was like funny at very little times, but then like a lot of times I feel like Boomerang for me was breaking the immersion and he was more annoying trying to say funny stuff all the time than he was actually making me laugh.
Yeah, he was the character that was trying to be cool but couldn't.
Yeah, that's a good way to put it too.
And then you have Deadshot that was the more serious one, and you have Harley that was making the jokes, and then you have King Shark that was stupid but smart.
Piss on everyone and talking about like orgasms and stuff and like all this like random shit and like out of pocket stuff. I mean, just because you say something crazy out of pocket doesn't mean that it's gonna make me laugh or like it's still like it's the context.
Yeah.
Like one part that made me laugh when he threw the boomerang and he's like, "Oh, King Shark, you shouldn't have done that. That's Superman. He'll kick your ass." And King Shark's just like, "Dude, I didn't throw it."
Yeah.
No, what got me is that scene when they killed Berniac, and they went to go. He was doing whatever he was doing, and he said, "Are you happy? Are you smiling? Why are you not smiling? Oh, this is my smiley face." And he looked the same.
Yeah.
Oh,
see, my favorite part is what a lot of people has complained about is when they first meet Lex Luthor and they touch that little device.
Oh yeah,
and they get frozen.
Thing.
Well, it's not even that. They were like,
Well, that's what everyone's saying is basically like, oh, why are you guys promoting sexual harassment? Just because like it's okay if a girl does it, but if a guy does it,
I haven't seen that.
It's a
Yeah,
video game.
I think it
And
was
then
a certain
on top
cutscene
of a
that he
video
did.
game, we're playing literal psychopath villains that
Yeah.
go around shooting and killing people, and you're telling me sexual harassment is on the top of your fucking concerns? We're
Yeah.
putting bullets into
Well,
people's heads.
what I seen was they were like they would have never done that. Like it would have never happened. Harley would. I was like, you understand like the characteristics of Harley Quinn, right? She was
Exactly.
a well-known doctor that turned to a psychopath.
Yeah,
Like
like Harley Quinn was like
Joker
super,
turned her
super
into
smart.
what she is.
Yeah.
And for her to grab Deadshot's ass, that's totally Harley Quinn.
Yep.
Because
That's a norm.
she does stuff like that.
Yeah, dude, that
That's
shit
why
made
I
me laugh
understand why they
so
get
hard
mad.
because like they were like, "No, Harley, don't," and she's like, "Yeah, but you telling me I can't makes me really
Really
want
want to.
to."
Yeah. And then she
And
does it, and
Yeah.
I cracked up
that's
laughing.
that's literally the whole reason why she even did it anyway. Like she
Yeah.
was thinking about it, but because they specifically told her, "Hey, Harley, don't do that," she's like, "Man, y'all don't got fucking control over me. You're gonna tell me what I can and can't do. Now you
Right.
just made me want to do it even more."
And then the scene where they're in the container, off that scene cracked.
Oh,
I
that
was
that
gone.
scene killed me.
Also, from being a Harley main, obviously I appreciated her the most out of all of the characters in the cutscenes because that was my character. But
Right.
like, in the Batman part when she's carrying Batman, and then she's like, "No, no one help me," and then King Shark chimes in with the, "Are you going to carry him all the way to
Oh,
Earth
yeah.
One?" And then at the end of the game, when we beat it, and then fucking Harley hits King Shark back with the, "Are you gonna carry him all the way to Earth One?" And she literally does it like in the deep voice and everything,
Yeah.
mocking him and shit. Dude, that shit made me laugh so hard to hear again
Yeah.
because it was
And
about
like
my
now,
character.
I will say if we're going back to, the game itself, the fight scenes, or I won't say the fight scenes, boss battles were very mid.
Yeah.
I agree with that.
Flash
They
was
were
okay.
lackluster.
Flash was a little annoying. I think Green Lantern's boss fight was by far probably the best out of all 4 of the boss fight, or all 5 of the boss fights.
Personally, I think Superman was the best.
Yeah.
Superman, I gotta say Superman. 'Cause
Batman's was
you
very
had a
mid.
lot you had to do.
I
think
thought Batman's fight
Batman's
was going to be
was
way better than
the
what it
Oh
was.
yeah,
I think
Batman
Batman's
was
fight was the best
easy.
designed one, like in
Yeah.
terms of like the aesthetics and like the vibes it gives off and all that kind of stuff. Like that kind of reminded me close of like something nice, but basically like the other ones, they didn't really hit that good, man. It just felt
No.
like you were
But
running around
again,
and like,
if you
doing the
paid
basic
attention
stuff.
to the fights as well, each one of them knew what to do. So you had Boom that knew how to fight the Flash. You had Deadshot for some reason. I don't know what the beef is between him
Ooh.
and Green Lantern
Also, now that
was,
you said
but
that too, that's another thing I want to do too is replay through the game as each of the characters specifically in their
for the
chapters.
fights, yeah.
Yeah, for their fights and stuff, and just play them for
Yeah.
that chapter. That would be a cool thing to
Yeah.
do.
But
You
looking
know
at
what I
the
just came up with?
what?
So we beat the campaign, right? They should have a alternate side story for each character running through the campaign to see this side of this campaign, as far as how they got recruited, what they had to do, and all that. I think that would be dope.
Well, like I want to get back into the plot holes. Like with the Flash, we got to see him first. He wasn't taken at the beginning, and then Boomerang cuts off his thumb. Now, I don't ever remember Flash ever having regeneration or regenerated powers.
Me neither.
So with that,
but he had
someone
his
was
thumb
trying to
back.
argue to me that it was because of Brainiac healed him up,
I
like how Brainiac
don't
could heal,
I don't know about that
heal
one.
I
during
don't
his
know about
fight.
that.
I never
But
heard
I
about
was
that.
like, I don't really
I don't
think
know
he
about
can
that.
heal themselves. He might be
I
able to
don't
heal
know.
him himself
And I'm
Yeah.
gonna be
from like
honest.
consuming the other enemies, but like he can't really just go over and be like, here's another thumb.
Yeah.
Like
uh, I'm gonna be
he can
honest.
go
I
over to
think
you though and make another clone, but then that's the thing is when he makes a clone, is he making a clone of that version or is he making a clone of a different version that still had the thumb? So like
Right.
would the next clone have a thumb or not have a thumb because of depending on what one he copied?
yeah,
Right.
but I think didn't Boomerang cut his thumb off on accident? Because in the cutscene, it seemed like he cut his thumb on accident. He threw it on the ground and tried to hide it.
Yeah. Well, then you have another plot
Can't
hole with
remember
Green
that part,
Lantern.
but then he definitely wanted to cut off the rest of the characters' fingers after that for sure,
that's
though.
true. And piss on
Yeah.
him for some reason.
Yeah, I don't know what his fascination with pissing on people is.
Well, then you move on to the second boss fight, which is Green Lantern. You know, in every story of Green Lantern, if a Green Lantern has turned, the Green Lantern Corps comes after them.
Oh yeah, the Green
So
Lantern Corps.
you never
Yeah,
heard.
that's one argument I was making about Green
Yeah.
Lantern is like it
Sinestro.
doesn't make sense with his ring because the ring is
Yeah.
its own sentient being, like me or
Right.
you, basically. That's what the ring is. Like it's his
Right.
own mind, essentially. So, like you said, as soon as it knows that you're even of the most like not pure will and you're not a good guy no more, it's gonna turn on you. It's
Right.
not gonna work. It's just gonna like suck off your finger and just go meow
So
all
then
the way
when
across the world.
when he dies, everyone knows that the ring always flies up in the air to go find the next lantern.
Yep.
This one didn't do
Exactly.
that. Shark put it on. Now, did Shark look badass? And I wish they would bring that skin to him. Yes.
Oh, yeah.
So do I.
But if you notice that Shark was starting to get corrupted.
Yeah, it
Yeah.
was changing him.
Right.
So
So then
Yeah.
it fell. He
must
took it off and
mean
it fell into the ocean.
that must mean that similar to how we made the items to help us beat them, such as the infused thing where you can take out Green Lantern shield stuff now,
Yeah,
and
the
then the Flash
Sinestro.
decupeler and all that kind of stuff. I think that vice versa, Brainiac had some stuff like that where he gave that to the bosses and stuff.
Yeah.
Or
And then
just all
now,
carbon copies.
yeah, and then now
Honestly, 'cause
Batman
if the ring
fight.
didn't go,
I didn't really see any plot hole within the Batman fight. I was really upset that they kind of hinted at that he killed Tim Drake. With his mask being on the ground and blood being in the Batcave. But now I do wish before Harley shot him in the head, I do wish that they would have removed his mask.
But also in that cutscene when you beat him, or before you went into the boss fight, he said something about Nightwing.
Yeah.
How come they ain't gonna bring that into Suicide Squad?
I think they will, but I think what it was really mentioned is Tim Drake. Because I think Tim Drake at that time was still Robin.
Yeah.
So I
that
think
leads to my other
Tim
question.
I think
I know a
Tim
lot of
came
people
to
are
the
mad
Batcave.
about the way that they chose to like send off the characters and like how they got killed. And personally, I think that the Flash getting pissed on was a little bit much because Boomerang didn't need to piss on the Flash. If we're canonly trying to be a little bit like, lenient with that shit, all four of those characters could probably easily solo all four of these characters with
Yeah.
like a hand tied behind their back.
Yeah.
So like
Yeah.
they're easily, powerful enough to like fuck these dudes up.
Yeah,
But
I just wish they
more
would have removed
so,
his helmet.
I
It
think
was,
I think Batman did probably have like the most respectful send off out of the
yeah.
others. I
And
mean,
now,
Okay, I must say he knew exactly what was going on
Yeah.
and what had needed
Harley
to
didn't
happen.
really talk shit to him more so, just gave him, I feel like, what was a respectable send off and said, like, hey, I got your ass now. Bow.
yeah. And then now with the Superman, I think the Superman and Wonder Woman fight was like super well done. The only thing is it didn't matter what universe Superman was in. If he was anywhere near Kryptonite, he was a human.
weak. Yeah,
He was weak.
very weak.
Now it did weaken him, but he was still able to fly. He was still able to shoot his lasers out of his eyes. All that. And if we go back and look at Batman vs Superman, Batman shot him with kryptonite gas, and he was basically human.
Oh yeah.
So why is it here that kryptonite did almost absolutely nothing to the Superman?
That's
Out
why
there,
a lot of people are thinking that they're all just
Yeah,
a clone version
that helps
of
drive
themselves.
the thing
Yep.
of the clones because if that was the real Superman, he would have at least been affected more by kryptonite than that.
Exactly.
That's basically if you walked up to him with a wet fucking napkin and you smacked him across his face.
Exactly.
Like they did nothing to him. And it should have literally basically one shot him type shit. Like he
Yeah.
should be getting killed from it very easily. And
Oh
so
yeah.
the fact that Flash's finger gets cut off and he comes back and that, like we said with the ring, it falls off and almost corrupted Shark and then
I fell
so
off
on.
into and landed into the ocean. You got to
Yeah,
put it this way: if Green Lantern is dead, doesn't his ring naturally fly off? Yes, it
It's
does. We've
supposed to.
seen it in the comic books.
That's the lore of Green
So
Lantern.
if it's not flying off, obviously the owner is still on Earth.
I mean, there's a lot of things that point to where I keep trying to drive the fact to other people as well when converse about people while playing the game with them and stuff, and they're complaining. I'm like, yeah, but you keep saying like all the boss fights were too easy and stuff, but like you're not even like also being like, well, yeah, but also we didn't fight the real Justice League members.
Right.
Like you
Yeah,
just keep saying that it's too easy because we fought a bunch of clones. Yeah, it's gonna be easy. You just fought a bunch of like copies of them. Like they're not actually the
Yeah.
strong versions of them.
And the same thing's going to go with these, incursion missions that we're getting, the two new boss fights that we're getting, which, I found somebody on TikTok. He's like, so what are we going to do when he's done? I'm like, okay, well, for one, he's cloning every person that we fought. So the first person we fought was Flash Brainiac. The next person we're going to fight is Flash Superman, or Superman
Yeah, but
Brainiac, and Green Lantern
if they
Brainiac.
choose to do that though, and the whole like drip feed of content to us is literally just gonna be only like random 3 missions of incursions, and then get into mastery 200 reset every season, and then also just fighting a different version of the same Brainiac fight, like just copy and pasting that, but then implementing like Green Lantern or Superman, etc., that's not going
Right.
to be core good enough gameplay to
they
keep
could.
people for
But
years.
but you
It
gotta
could
it
increase the
could, but you
story
gotta
itself, though.
remember that he said that there was 16 other Brainiacs,
Yeah, so if
and
we
we only
fight,
fought 4 of the Justice League.
yeah. So what's the other? Who's Brainiac's gonna be for the
Yeah,
other?
that's why I'm saying like they gotta definitely, give like these other Brainiacs some kind of personality type shit where like they have their own custom move sets and like all this stuff to them rather
Yeah,
than just like copy and paste a bunch of like the story fights that we've already
yeah.
done.
But we still got, we don't know where Oliver Queen is. We don't know where Cyborg is. John Jones, a
Exactly.
Martian Manhunter. You have Black Canary. You have White Canary. You've got uh, Red Hood, or Arsenal, however you want to call her. Uh, like there's so many Justice League members that they can do, which I am upset that they didn't put Aquaman, Cyborg, or uh,
Oh yeah.
Martian Manhunter in this game, because those were 3. Technically, Aquaman and John Jones was 2 of the founding members of Justice League back in my day, but now they changed John Jones to Cyborg in the New 52.
Yeah.
So they're still missing 2 Justice League members, even though in this universe, and we have no idea where they're at.
See, but they could add on to the campaign.
Right, and that's what I'm
Honestly,
saying. I
they
think
very
with the
well
Well,
could.
new,
that's another thing that's going to be interesting as well is like, how are they even going to introduce these characters to us? Or is we just going to get implemented a character and then like you don't have to go through the story with them or
Exactly.
right,
nothing, and
It's
he
gonna
just
be. It's
basically he
gonna
just
have to be a
pops it
story.
in and then you level him up and then that's it. He's just a new character in the game. He's only
right,
here for content because like that's not really an introduction to the character. That's just popping him in and saying, "Hey, have fun."
exactly.
Yeah,
Like
they should come up with
I
a
wonder,
side story
I
for him.
wonder how they're going to introduce them. Like
They could
if
have
they
a brand
actually
new
have a plan.
campaign for
So
for introducing them. You know what I mean? That solidifies the character into the universe itself. You get what I'm saying?
Personally, I think that they should have just been cooking this game up for like fucking a stupid amount of years. And I think that if I was a game developer, I come up with like pretty crazy ideas that are possible, but like would add some fucking crazy, like people would definitely appreciate your game a lot more. And like what they should have done was if you're planning to do a live service game like this and you're going to add a bunch of characters, I would have already, like how Tucker said, I would have added all his favorite characters and I would have added all these different Justice League members. And probably each season I would have pumped out 4 characters a season and I would have
Yep.
had a new story every single season. Now, don't get me wrong, it might not be 40, 50 missions long like the first campaign, but like 20 missions or something, like 10, 15,
Yeah.
that you actually have a couple missions to go do and introduce this new characters and stuff.
Or
Like, I feel like that's a good idea.
or they could do how Destiny does their seasons. Destiny has a new mission each week.
yeah,
Yeah.
Every week there was a new story, like new something to extend the story of what's going on for that season.
Exactly. You just gotta go in wherever location they want you to put in. You go in and
Right.
talk to that person, and then it gives you the mission. Then you
Right.
gotta do the mission. And sometimes the mission could be easy, or it could be hard.
Mm-hmm. And I think I like the incursions. I think they're fun. There is a
And
rumor that they're
that's
going to
another
bring in
thing
raids.
If
yeah,
they bring
that's
in
another
raids,
thing that I've been telling people is if they do a Destiny style raid for this game, shit would make this game go crazy. But
Oh yeah.
definitely I would say that I'm getting distracted because of playing, but the fact that like yeah, a lot of developers and just the gaming industry and company, everything nowadays and stuff doesn't understand what it means to make a game hard.
mhm.
Mm-hmm.
Like to make a game hard, it's not easy. Like, so the difficulty with it is a lot of people think that what makes a game harder is if an enemy does more damage to you to the point where they one shot kill you, or you give them an absurd amount of health. So say normally you'd only have to hit them 5 times, now you got to hit them 150 or something crazy. Like that's not making the game harder. That's just making shit more tedious. Like
Yep. And
Yeah,
more
it's
annoying.
Yeah.
exactly.
it's not difficulty. Like difficulty is making intricate designs like how Dark Souls does with all its
Oh yeah.
different boss fights and stuff. And that's why the game is only hard when you first start. As soon as you learn all the patterns to the bosses and you know how to dodge this move, and you never really die to them anymore, the game's not going to be ever hard again. Unless you do challenge runs, you try to beat it as a level 1, you start to then that's when you make the game tedious. But you let the player themselves do that. You don't
Yeah.
really drive the fact that, oh, get to 200 and you're going to keep getting one shot every fucking level. Like, I think that they could do a little bit more in terms of like trying to make the game better in terms of difficulty, I guess. Like, maybe a little bit more
Oh yeah.
intricate moves on
Not
the
just have
AI and
helicopters
whatnot.
Oh,
one snipe us out of the sky.
Yeah, rather than just throw like
Yeah.
600 enemies on the screen, give them all one shot potential and say good luck.
Right.
yeah. So here's my question, Dan. What do y'all think about the upcoming DLC character, which is Joker? What y'all think about him?
I think he's going to be
Hmm.
fun.
I
Like I
think
was saying earlier, I think to drive my point on the Joker, it's going to be a like marketing scheme, and they're just going to make the Joker popular and really strong because he's the newest character and he's going to be the first free character, and then the other ones I heard are going to be paid for. But they're going to show you guys that the new characters is going to be strong. Everyone's going to go play the new characters, break the game. They're going to nerf the character down a little bit or something like that. And then when they
Mm-hmm.
now release their next character that comes out, and then you're going to be like, all right, I got to buy this character because when Joker came out, Joker was broken. So this character's got to be broken. And then that's what a lot of games do. A lot of games, you got to think. They're not going to, like, let's use Dark Souls, for example. How many of, like, the most best weapons in the game come from a paid DLC? A lot of the good
exactly.
weapons in Dark Souls is from a DLC, and like, you have to pay money for it. And that's why they do it, is because if they make the most badass cool shit behind a paywall, you're gonna pay money for the badass
Yeah.
cool weapons.
But my understanding is all the characters are going to be free.
Oh, that'll be nice.
Yeah,
If that's true, then
They,
I definitely
that's my
will
understanding
The
too.
only thing
like
that's
good.
that
yeah, the only thing that is going to be paid is the premium battle pass. Everything
battle
else
pass.
in the
Gotcha.
seasons is going
Gotcha.
to be free.
So I mean, they probably gonna have
Yeah, that's another thing
Joker.
they need
I
to
heard they've
address and work
dropping.
on too is all the issues and struggles everyone's been having with consistency in that Poison Ivy mission, like Andrew said,
Yeah,
Oh
Andrew said
God.
make the Ivy mission baddies stay on point.
because
Yeah,
they just
it's so horrible.
like freaking just glitch out so much, and like I could see why a lot of people don't want to push to 200 because again, that just goes back to the thing. It's not even difficult. Like all three of these missions to me personally is easy all the way up to 200. It's just the fact that the Poison Ivy one glitches out so much. So like Tucker seen, like I was on that mission for the 3-4 hours the day that he raided me
Yeah.
because it's so buggy and like I couldn't catch a break. So definitely I agree, Andrew. They need to definitely at least say something about that mission and fix it because it used to be for me too, where if I played co-op in the signal mission where you have to just kill the enemies, like how you guys were experiencing in that killing time, when you get to a certain mastery level where it's like high up and difficult, the enemies have too much health and all this stuff, and then they just like glitch out, and then like how you seen, they just start shaking, doing the Harlem Shake, and then don't take
Oh
damage.
man. Oh yeah.
Like they
I've
can
Yeah, I
be
been
think
shield
no
harvestable.
ammo issue.
Yeah,
I
they
noticed
can
that.
be shield harvestable, and you could melee them 6, 10 times before it actually registers your one shield harvest.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
noticed that. Cause I clipped it. I think my last 2 streams when I was doing that same mission, the monster flew in the air, hit the rock, and it was glitching in the rock, and we was just shaking.
Yep.
And what I've noticed with that too is I have actually been able to beat the missions high up with my friends on my one account that I do get to play on still, but it's more along the lines of honestly, I think off of my memory, like I was saying earlier in one of Tucker's streams, the crossplay itself works. You can join your friends on PC, Xbox, PlayStation, whatever, but after you guys connect and you start playing with each other for a while, you're going to see the major decrease in performance in the game versus if you just play with only PlayStation players, etc. Like
Yeah.
the crossplay is definitely not working as proper as it should be in terms of like that's why you guys were experiencing that Harlem Shake shit at level 51 mastery. It should not have been doing it
Yeah.
to you that
And
early.
we got the glitch of no ammo either. Like we were picking up
Yeah.
ammo for one gun but
Absolutely
not the
nothing.
other, or we were just out of ammo on both guns.
So
I was
that's
sitting there
another
with the
reason
boomerang
why I
build
think
having
the
both guns
crossplay is
empty.
beautiful in this game that it's in here, but they need to work on that and maybe, like definitely try to address it and fix it that they know it's not working proper because one thing I can't stand about this game is another reason why I don't play co-op. Everyone knows that my Harley build is based on meleeing enemies and getting grenades. So if I just showcased right now, for example, if anyone puts on the any melee or even the tier 1 bonus of Bane's Rage, where it says each melee hit on an enemy has a 50% chance to craze it and a 50% chance to drop grenade ammo. So tell me why when I play in single player, out of like let's say just 5 grenades I'll at least get or 5 melees I'll at least get 1 grenade, but if I play multiplayer, how much do you want to bet me in cash right now that if I melee him 600 times in a row I won't get a single grenade?
Yeah.
Because
Yep.
I'll put money on it right now and you can pay me because that shit's broke. It does not work.
Yeah.
I mean,
Like
they probably changed the difficulties on it because
uh yeah, but even if they change the difficulty, that's fine. But like they took away the entire perk. You can't just like make a perk not work in
Right.
co-op because it's going to be too strong.
true,
Then that's
true.
that's bad design that you should have then like the whole fire thing. How come you didn't already like think about that when you were making it and then adding it to the game in the first place and figured out, oh yeah, this is going to be broken. Like you
Exactly.
got to test that stuff with the player testers and stuff. And that's why I think that
I
this
know you
game
figured
did
they would
so
have
bad
tested it.
is because can any of you tell me a game in recent memory where you've seen a credit to the playtesters in the fucking credits screen?
I don't think they do
No.
that much anymore. Like
No, they
You
don't.
want
I
to
don't
you
think
want to
they
know
They
play
try to do
test
you want to
that.
much
know
anymore.
you want to know
They just want to do that
oh
secretly, I
they don't
believe.
play test games really anymore because like I
Mm-mm.
still think that they do a lot, but you want to know why that you haven't seen it like get credited because there's probably like 100,000 people or 50,000 people that play tested the game for them and they can't credit every single one of those people in the credit screen.
Yeah.
This game barely had fucking a speck of playtesters for it, and that's probably why like it did as shitty as it did because we got to see the people that play tested it in the credits. So honestly, I should go to the credits and look up these people and then find them in real life, not like in the where they live or anything, but like contact them like with
Yeah.
the social media or something and say like, hey, what did you fix for the game by playtesting it? Like what bugs did you
Exactly.
experience
Yeah.
that didn't get added to the game, like
We're
etc. Because
we're the
like
play testers.
yeah,
We're the play
I'm
Yeah.
testers.
playtesting the game. I've gone through
Exactly.
I've
Like
gone through 4 accounts trying to play this game.
I'm
and I
still
think
stuck on my one account.
yeah,
That's
and
it.
I think that's the world we're living in now is, nothing about us as gamers, but and I'm not saying that we're one of them, but I think we've got so many people that want games out like right now that these developers are sending these games out and we're testing them out for them. So then they're waiting for our feedback like, hey,
Oh yeah,
this we're
and
dropping through the map at X level, or hey, I'm not getting experience at this X mission, or I'm getting stuck in a loading screen at this point of the game. And then they're like, okay, we're going to spend, a week looking at these fixes, and then we're going to send you a patch.
And then to just drive in on that, I mean, definitely, because like it depends on the company themselves, because companies are starting to realize that like why pay guinea pigs to fucking test their game when they can just release a broken ass game to you guys. You'll pay $70 to $100
Yeah.
for it, and
Yeah.
then play test it for them, and then they'll just wean everything out after they've made millions and billions of dollars off of you.
Exactly. And I mean, look at it back in my, like, I'm 32 years old. I've been playing video games basically all my life. And
Definitely
when
some
you,
companies are a little bit more greedy than others when it comes to that though.
yeah.
So like
So,
don't think that for everyone.
no, and when you look at games like that was on Xbox 360, and the two games that I can mention are Dragon Age Origins and Mass Effect 1. There was two
Heard of both of
glitches.
those games.
There was two glitches in those games. Dragon Age Origins had a glitch where you can get max level in the first 5 minutes of the game. Never
Damn.
got fixed because you never heard about updates and patches in that style of a game. Same for Mass Effect. I could be playing as a Vanguard where I can only wear light armor, but there was a glitch where I could put Krogan armor on. But again, there was never a patch fix for it because, there was playtesting that did. Is that something that a playtester even thought about doing? No.
No.
But then when the
I
community
mean,
found it never
it's
got
another
fixed.
thing. You need to find the real playtesters that want the game to get better, and not playtesters that's
Exactly.
just gonna find
Yeah.
something that's broken and be like, all right, I'm not gonna tell them about this. Then when I play the game, I'm gonna cook. Like
Right.
there's people that do that. Like you're telling me
Oh
that
yeah.
there's not a single Rockstar developer that uses GTA money glitches because they found them themselves,
Right.
They probably do.
or that they can't just have the access because they're that high up alone already to just dump billions of dollars into their account on there.
Exactly.
Like they could just probably give themselves money. So I mean, a lot of that goes like that with the play testers, though. The play testers aren't really the developers that would be able to do, something crazy for themselves. So if they do manage to find something broken and they feel like they wanted to use that for themselves, they're not going to get it fixed because then like they don't get to use it themselves. But
Yep.
if they keep it on the hush, they use it quick themselves. Eventually, they tell their one friend tells this friend tells a YouTuber, this YouTuber makes a video, this other YouTuber sees your video and is like, oh, I'm going to copy your video, see if I can get views. And then it's
Yep.
just a snowball effect.
Mm-hmm.
Exactly.
And
And
I
then by
think
the
that
time
it's
before
just,
you know it, it gets patched.
yeah. And I think that's what we just need to get back to. I know it's not going to be like that, but we need to get back to the day where these developers are getting the game testers that they need and game test it like it needs to be tested, and not be like, well, this guy's like wanting this game now. And I think Destiny 2 fell into that, where Destiny 1 ended, I think perfectly. I think Destiny 1 was in a good state right before Destiny 2 came out, and then Destiny 2 came out and it was a shit show.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, okay, they changed so much.
Shit show.
Oh yeah,
Yeah, I
if you go
started on
back to
Destiny
vanilla
1.
Destiny 2 to what Destiny 2 is
Oh
now,
my god. Yeah.
it's a completely different game.
Yeah. I remember back then in Destiny 1, you had a primary, you had a secondary, you had a heavy. If you run out of ammo in your primary, you had to go out and try to find ammo.
Yeah. And see,
And
that's
it
how
was
Destiny 2 was too. You had an ammo count for primary, you had an ammo count for secondary and heavy. And then I think it was I think it was Forsaken is when they changed it, where the primary you have unlimited ammo for primary. So now, you had people that would use up all their ammo because the game itself would replenish it on its own. And now it can't do that. So you're fucking scrounging around for secondary ammo. You're scrounging around for heavy ammo.
And that's honestly why I don't understand why like the gaming community hasn't smartened up in a sense. And like, how come y'all got to make videos for clout of like an XP glitch or something like that and then get it patched when we could just tell each other and the devs wouldn't know? And then we actually tell them about the fucking bugs in the game that need to be fixed. That's game breaking. That's ruining it for us. How come y'all are just always only getting the stuff that's actually benefiting us fixed, but then like you guys don't
Mhm.
really care about driving as hard to get the fucking shit fixed, like
Right.
bugs and stuff. Like everyone's like, oh, everyone's abusing this XP glitch, but then like not everyone's like, oh, this person can't log into the game because like they don't have that issue. So why would they give a fuck if you can log into the game? They can play.
Yep.
Right.
Exactly. Just like, for example, that leaderboard glitch they be having. They have people going there and temper with the leaderboards. You trying to be number one in the world, but you can't because they got the cheaters.
Yeah. There's a lot that
So
Rocksteady needs to at
to
least just
fix.
get back to us on and,
Yeah.
tell us terms of like what we're gonna be fucking seeing in the future. I mean,
Yeah, they need to be more
I'm not
transparent. Like I joined the Discord to see if they were going to post more onto the Discord than they would on Twitter, and they're just as dry as they are on Twitter.
I mean, the devs talk in there once in a while. Like you'll see him typing in the actual like chat where it's like in general or something like that, but it's like very, very rare.
Yeah,
And on top of that, uh they don't even bother. They are fucking petrified to go into the fucking troubleshoot channel and say anything in there. You want to know
anything.
why?
Yep.
Yeah,
Because them motherfuckers is gonna flame your shit. Like you're gonna have to ban 1,000 people in Discord because they're gonna be on your ass.
yeah,
About
Like
certain things that's going on with the game.
now, whereas like in general, that's not as many people hanging out that are like talking about the bugs and stuff that are mad because the game's broken. That's people that are just trying to like talk about anything or like meet new people on the game and whatnot and like etc.
yeah,
So that's why they hang out in general and like don't get bothered as much. But let them start typing in the troubleshoot channel. I wanna see that. Go respond
Yeah.
in the troubleshoot channel one of these times and see what kind of feedback you guys get, and if you think that
yeah.
your
There's
community's
nothing in there right
loving
now,
you guys.
but
Or the whole problem of, oh, you got a problem with your game, upvote somebody else's problem. That's the same exact problem. And then, oh, maybe we'll get to it when it conveniences us.
yeah,
Yeah, that's what they told me about the bug on my main account that
Yeah.
I made a new account for
It's
it.
the same thing with me.
They were like, go check on our bug report page if anyone else has already submitted this report, and if they did, upvote theirs, basically telling us that their problem is more important than yours,
Yeah.
even though it's the same issue, and that's going to help us get to the bottom of it faster. So how is me telling you someone else's issue that has the same as me more important going to help you learn anything?
right.
The mastery bug's been around since the launch of the game, and there's
I
over,
mean, there
what,
is a
1 million
fix for
upvotes
that
on it?
currently right now, but the
Like,
only fix for that is to be able to play co-op. And if
Yep,
you can't play co-op, then you can't fix it.
yep,
yeah.
And
Exactly, and that's
not 80, 90% of the player base right now can't play co-op. And 80% and 90% of the player base right now probably has the fucking mastery shit bugged unless they finally got it fixed. Or they just didn't have it get bugged out at all. I
yeah,
didn't have it get bugged out at all because basically why it happened was if you joined your friend too fast without doing and setting up like your own mastery levels first.
yeah,
And like I didn't play with anyone that was crazy strong, or I played through the game with me and my friend at the exact same time who bought it for me, and like we finished it, got to the end game stuff and started to grind some of that stuff, and then we were fine. But actually, funny enough, I realized over while thinking that it was only fine for me. Actually, the fact that my friend joined me and somehow played with me or something, it bugged it out for him. And like I
Yeah.
got him up to like 150 finite level. And even though he did the starting missions with me and all that stuff, it's bugged for him now. And then also his game got bugged for co-op too. So he hasn't touched the game in over a month.
damn,
And that sucks for me because he's literally the whole entire reason I'm even playing the game to begin with. Like, I wouldn't even be playing this game if it wasn't for him buying it for us. So, the fact that I can't play with him and just the fact that he can't even play at all, like I could have him be number whatever right behind me on the leaderboards right now, right with me if he could have been playing the game at least solo with me.
yeah,
He can't even play the game solo and grind his mastery levels because they won't fix it for people that is like broke. Like, dude, I get that you can't